game night where it's Friday, and that means that random things are happening so that we can make sure there's stuff going on. And it seems like right now a lot of the stuff that's going out is stuff that I'm running, but I'm more than happy to. So tonight we are going to be playing Monster of the Week. Hold on, I've got the book. If I can lean over, you can see it. Beautiful.
Ooh,
it is based off of it showed up on the channel before. It's based off of a lot of stuff like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and X-Files and Dresden Files and Supernatural, where there's this sort of, spooky stuff is going on approximately weekly, and our group of intrepid ne'er-do-wells got to deal with it. So,
that sounds like our job.
Yeah, it's very much a storytelling first RPG, which is, obviously a lot of fun. But, it is sort of it's a different way than the games that I usually play, but I've run this more than a few times, so I'm comfortable with it. Is there anything else anybody else should add before I start discussing what's in the store?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, anyone.
Thank you all for being here. It's great to have you. So, the basic crux of Monster of the Week is something is going wrong, and our team of investigators have to poke around, search the mystery, gather clues, and then deal with the problem. The problem usually being a big, scary monster. So, to sort of make that more interesting, the things that we have in the store right now are the following. For $10, you can type in, do hashtag solutions, which is relatively simple. A minor solution presents itself. So if our people are in trouble, or if there's some puzzle that they're beating their head against and can't seem to crack the bricks.
Oh, I have those at 20. I'm sorry. Then it's clue is for 20, setback is for 20, and solutions is 10.
Yes, I'm doing solutions first.
Okay.
Great. Yeah. So for $10, solutions, a minor solution will present itself, something that people can act on to deal with the problem. For $20, setback, 'tis but a setback. Something relevant to what is going on will go terribly, terribly wrong. Put a little spice, little curry powder, a little cayenne pepper into the situation that we are brewing. And then finally, for another $20, there is a clue in which our little group of fantastic, delightful people will get some sort of clue to push them forward and onward.
I would like to request that every time a clue happens, you have to be a different character from Clue.
Like the movie?
Okay, no, Christian already said no.
No.
Because they're all just going to be kind of blathery, fancy constable types in that case.
There is only Tim Curry in the clue. That's it. Oh, wait.
I can't do Tim Curry. I simply haven't the range. That's the truth.
Everyone got their dice?
Well, I don't. But I don't need any dice, and that's part of why this is so exciting. So, if we're all ready, we'll just do a little...
And just in case people don't know, this is done with 2d6.
Correct. This is Monster of the Week is based on a system called Powered by the Apocalypse, which is based off of, I believe, Apocalypse World was the first game in that little system that sort of everything else branched out from. Very simple. Everything requires 2 6-sided dice, and then you just roll, and then if you roll a 6 or lower, whatever you're trying to do, you totally beef it, you totally screw it up. If you get between a 7 and a 9, that is going to be a mixed success. You're going to get a majority or at least up to a half of what you wanted to accomplish, but there's going to be some kind of price to pay or some kind of consequence. And then if you get a 10 or higher, that is a complete and total success. So, if we're all ready, then I can get into the little opening monologue that I have to deal with. Created 107 years ago as a joint operation between the SUE, the Systems Under Earth, the CSSP, the Confederacy of Solar Socialist Planets, and the Pavaran Empire, the 3 major human governments amongst the stars, floats Olive Branch Station, alone in the black. It was built as a neutral ground outside of the jurisdiction of anyone outside government, protected by a web of countless defensive treaties. It has seen many an intrepid captain venturing into the stars, a scheming, shadowy spy, a deposed politician seeking asylum, and the like. But these people are not the meat, bone, and connective tissue holding this aging station together. This is a story about restaurant workers, low-ranking security officers, and elevator techs. We start in the commercial recreational district, where our soon-to-be thrust in over their head protagonists are all taking lunch. So, if you would all be so kind to describe yourselves and what you are currently eating, go on ahead.
Well, it looks like I'm the only one that's listening, so I'll go first. I'm Ed
I'm
Cash,
so sorry. The dogs just went crazy. I'm on it.
That's
Ed
how it
Cash,
goes.
professional asset recovery specialist.
Literally making them go crazy.
Really, eating a grilled cheese. It's the only thing I eat. Grilled cheese.
Now, is there, I do have to ask, as a friend, is there at least any tomato soup involved? Any kind of colored thing that's not yellow or beige?
The bourbon is brown.
Very good. Very, very good. Moving onward. Christian, who are you? What are you eating? What do you look like?
It's a great question. Carmichael looks like he's probably between 25 and 26 years old. He is in every way perfectly symmetrical. His features are sharp and masculine, but pretty.
Of course.
And he is eating probably yogurt.
Maggie, would you like to go next? It doesn't matter if you don't, you have to. We've run out of other people to stall.
Yeah, so I'm Juliet Darby, and I am the janitor on the space station, which mainly means I just repair a lot of, droids. Always in the station given uniform, I can't remember what they're called.
Gray jumpsuit.
Jumpsuit, thank you. Yes, in that, a big patch on the side that says Darby. I've got like a toolkit on me, a la Batman, but not as cool.
Right.
I'm very short. I'm only like 4'11", which is very handy because that means I can crawl into all of the spaces on the ship to fix things.
Right.
Very sensible. Hair's always like up in a bun.
Sounds good. And what are we eating today?
It looks like we got our first clue, by the way.
Looks like we got our first clue. Well, would you look at that? I'll be damned. I promise I will get to that as soon as possible. We're still in introductions, but I'm holding that and I am taking note of it.
I love it. What am I eating? Juliet, I'm eating the meat supplied ration, like the meat stick that they, give to all the people who are low-level joms. Just keep it in my pocket, unwrap a little bit, eat a little bit, wrap it back up, put it back in the pocket.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're all sitting. If you would like, you could be sitting together, but you very well could be sitting separately, whether or not you have any.
Where are we?
You are all currently in the sort of commercial recreational district of the station. The station is rather large, approximately 4 miles in diameter, filled with various maintenance shafts, ducts, and power stations. Relatively spherical in shape with large docking struts sticking straight up and out of it. It is home constantly to a solid group of about 3,000 people, with anywhere between around 500 to 2,000 other people through any given day. And just to establish this right now, things are measured in Earth standard days, minutes, and hours, because not only does that keep it simple, but this is a primarily human station in human-controlled space.
Is there a bar? I'd like to be at the bar.
Plenty of bars. What's the name of the bar that you're currently at?
The name of the bar I'm at is
Station.
Station. Yeah, Station works. I'll come up with something. 2 seconds. Eternity's Drift. I like Merc's response. Eternity's Drift.
Eternity's Drift. Let me write that down.
I wouldn't drink in a place like that.
Do you even drink?
Oh, I mean, I can.
Of course.
It's really.
I meant alcohol.
Yeah, I mean, it's like expensive water, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Hardly worth it.
Not when water is perfect for our bodies, which are our temples. And our temples are under our skulls.
Oh.
Out of our eyes.
Yeah.
All in our brains.
Cool. I have to clean up all of your temple mess. I don't think it's a temple.
Ain't that the truth? Yeah. So, yeah. Presumably the other two of you are sort of in the larger sitting area, which is surrounded by various bars and restaurant type situations. There's a whole stall that's been taken up by a pseudo food truck. It is non-functional, but they did import a truck to the station specifically to make a food truck.
Oh, yes, Eternity's Drift. That's Lenny's place. He lets me drink for free because I helped his sister out.
Damn right.
Mm-hmm.
So, is that where you are with your
Yep.
brown drink?
They call it bourbon, but really it's just brown liquor. You don't want to know how Lenny makes it. Frankly, I wish I didn't know.
Did they have yogurt?
Lenny says, yeah, I mean, I could figure out something if you'd like it.
If you just have a banana or something, I'll take that. That would be great.
I could do, I give you like a bowl of maraschino cherries.
How about just an orange?
I can do an orange. We got oranges. I can do an orange. Do you want an orange?
I'll take the orange. Thank you so much, Lenny.
You're welcome.
And Lenny, whatever.
You're Lenny.
Yeah, I'm Lenny. Lenny is a middle-aged, relatively deep creases in the face. Seems like they've been living a bit of a hard life. Obviously got a lot of acne scarring around the face, but that cleared up years and years and years ago.
I know who he is. I did a solid to his daughter.
What? Oh, gross. That is disgusting.
Yeah, I'll bring you in the orange. It's gonna be like 2 credits.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's how much they cost here.
Was I
Another bourbon, Lenny?
Another bourbon coming up. Got you.
Lenny, I'd like a bourbon on Ed.
Lenny's gonna look over at Ed with a little bit of a quizzical look. One eyebrow raised, dark brown, bushy eyebrow.
Yeah, let the dame have one.
It's on you.
Yeah.
I got you, Ed. I owe you my life. And then he scampers on over and starts preparing things. Tosses an orange over to Carmichael and brings out your drinks. And this is around the point where everything sort of starts to. You can tell. Obviously, you're not on the sort of surface level of the station. All of the lighting in here is artificial. All of the lamps have obviously been made and created, so they do provide like vitamin D. It does very much reflect how sunlight naturally interacts with the human body, but it's very much artificial.
Nothing beats the real thing, I'm told.
And nothing beats it. And at about this point, everything goes dark. Everything shuts down. And there's about a solid 3 seconds of people noticing and then commotion starting before everything goes right back up to full.
I would like to try to drink Ed's drink in the blackout.
Oh God.
I'm
Roll
used to the
me.
power going out. It happens. I don't pay my bill all the time.
Yeah, sounds about right. God, roll me act under pressure, Maggie. That's gonna be based on your cool.
Absolutely. Well, that's a big no. I rolled a 5, but my cool is -1.
Great. So that's gonna be 2 below what you would need to get even a mixed success. So Maggie, you can mark 1 experience.
Yes.
That's for you. Hey Ed, the dame that you just bought a glass is starting to try and drink your drink too. How do you take that?
I figure the lights come back on and we're both just holding on to the glass. You grabbed the wrong one, sweetheart.
Oh, I cannot see in the dark, as I am a lowly human. I am so sorry. I was just scared.
It's all right. I'm used to drinking in the dark. I forget to pay my power bill all the time.
Yeah.
Does this happen on the station a lot?
No. It's been at least a solid hot while since the last minor brownout. And as far as you were able to tell, everything seems like it's been going smoothly as far as engineering is concerned. And this is also about the point that you all notice. One other person is currently sitting at the bar at Eternity's Drift. Looks to be a human woman. Relatively tall, around 5'10", sitting over a drink, and she seems to be forcefully muttering something to herself after having taken notice and looked back down after the lights came back on.
Did she seem shocked that the lights went out like we did? Like, oh, that was weird, or stayed the course?
Seemed like she stayed the course.
Okay. But she's muttering? Can we hear her?
You can ask her. It seems like she's definitely actively talking to herself, but if you want to try and overhear something particularly.
Does she seem tense?
Yes, but you thinking about it for just a moment now, seemed like she was tense before the brownout.
Was she muttering before the brownout? The brownout?
No.
That's what we're calling it? That's disgusting.
It's not disgusting. That's a real word that I'm really using.
I'm going to go to sit down next to her.
It's like a blackout, but short and temporary. That's a real phrase, I swear to you. I picked it up from somebody else. So you go up and you move on over and you stand over or sit next to this woman.
Hey, Lenny, who's the set of legs that Carmichael's talking to?
Oh, that's Tanya. She's around here a pretty solid amount. I guess she one of the handful of buskers around the station. You know, she keeps herself busy, does a lot of particular work-to-work stuff, but she's very much living paycheck to paycheck, and there's a lot of different people writing the paychecks, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I know the thing.
Is she somebody we know?
You've seen her, but you probably haven't talked to her before.
Like, she doesn't have a gym membership?
No, she would not have a gym membership.
I could tell. All right. I'm going to be like, hey, you okay?
It's a damn... It's the... I'm a little worried about everything that's going on right now. It's the... I mean, this stuff is only starting. I heard yesterday that there was some kind of trade ship coming in from the Pavaran Empire, dropping some stuff off, and I heard from one of my friends down at the docks that they brought in something weird.
They brought in something weird? What, like spice?
No, not like drugs. It was like some kind of like a big. I wasn't there. I didn't see it. It was like some kind of big cargo container. You know, I mean, small for like a cargo container, but pretty big for some like a small one. Some people would be carrying with some kind of like little hoverjack. It was around 5 foot by 5 foot by 5 foot, big old cube. And my friend said that it was kind of like banging when they were taking it out.
So this container was making you nervous because you think there was something living inside of it?
I heard that there was something weird that got brought up on the station, and then suddenly this happens. I don't know.
Maybe it got out and we're in a horror scenario.
I mean, it could be something like that. It's probably something like that.
We need to relax, Tanya.
You're right.
Have you tried yoga? Here's my card.
Roll me a charm to manipulate person.
Ethan, while he's doing that, can you tell me how much I would know about what was delivered?
Nice.
Probably not much. There's a lot of ships that go in and out on any given day, and you don't interact with many of them. That's a solid 10,
She got
yes?
a 10.
That is going to be a total success. She's gonna not only take your business card. You're Carmichael, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I heard about you. I've heard you're pretty good.
I'm going to slide up next to her.
I'm also the only licensed massage practitioner on the entire station, so good is relative when you're the only fish in a small pond, you know?
Right, but I've heard from people who aren't from here who say you're pretty good, too.
Yeah, he's not that good.
Thank you, miss.
Say it with a straight face.
Thank you, miss.
Oh,
sorry, I didn't know who was talking to. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Just be careful, okay?
It's a massage therapist. What's he gonna? I mean, if he tries something, I'll hit him.
Yeah, Darby, what exactly is your problem?
Nothing.
Your name's Darby? I can tell by your jumpsuit. It looks like you got problems.
Whoa, I have problems. You're the one sitting in a bar muttering to yourself, and I have problems?
Yeah, the power went out, and I heard something weird about it, and I'm concerned.
She has not been getting adjusted correctly, clearly.
I am adjusted just fine. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That's one of the custodial jumpers, right?
Yeah.
You do good work around the station.
Well, I appreciate it. We do try.
I mean, if you're, it sounds like maybe you're interested. I can tell my friend to expect you, the one who told me about it.
Expect us?
I mean, yeah, if you want to go talk to him, get some more first-hand information. Are you? I saw the detective-looking guy at the bar, and it seemed like you guys were talking to each other. I assumed you were co-workers. Is that not right?
Well, technically we all are, right?
I mean, yeah, technically we're all co-workers. I
guess we're all co-workers here, yeah.
We're acquaintances of sadness and alcohol.
Right, yeah. Cheers to that, as she raises up her glass.
Yeah.
Cheers to that.
Well, as delightful as you drunks are, I have a class to teach here pretty soon.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'll
look me up whenever you need it. I'm on call 24/7.
Absolutely. You gave me the card. I'll take a look.
And you, Darby, are mean for no reason at all.
I'm sorry. It was a rough day, Carmichael. You're right. I'm sorry.
But it wasn't my rough day.
You're right. You don't deserve that.
Well, let me know if you need to stretch it out. I got you.
Yeah. All right. So Carmichael's presumably going off to go teach a class or do a little
class. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get the heart rate up.
Yeah. Ed, what are you doing with your time?
Well, I'm going to find out about this package that got delivered.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to go see my guy down at the port.
Yeah. I love it. Beautiful. So you we'll deal with Juliet Darby at another time. And you would recognize, excuse me, it looks like I didn't quite. No, I did translate that over. Never mind. I was just looking at the wrong name. Sorry. So you go on down, and you know that you pick up as you're going through which one of the docking spikes it seems like they connected with and dropped something off. And well, would you look at that? Goddamn. It's the same docking spike that is overlooked by your friend, Dockmaster Yana.
Hey, Dogmaster.
Hello, you just coming for a social call, or are you looking for some kind of information? Because, I mean, I'd be perfectly happy if it was a social call, but if you're looking for information, we have a rapport.
Yeah. You know, I heard you got a weird package in here this morning. Maybe something living in it or something like that. You know.
Oh, you're talking about the one that the Pavarans brought in.
No, it's a Bavarian package. Now that makes some sense.
Yeah, you would know the of the three, major the three major human stellar governances that all piled together to sort of situate this whole station and make it happen some 107 years ago. The Pavaran Empire sort of acts as this large feudal system where there are lords governing entire planets, and they don't necessarily have the most territory or the most systems under the control. That would belong to the CSSP. But they've definitely got probably the most diverse alien ecologies under their systems. So if you were expecting something that was living, and this is something that's coming from the Pavarans, that makes sense. They're the most likely ones to bring something like that in.
Is that cargo on the up and up, Yana?
I mean, it seemed good as far as we could go. Looked like they brought it into cargo bay 7 off of the spike. If you'd like to go take a look, I'm not sure if I should properly allow that, because it seemed like all their paperwork was working and it all seemed on the up and up. But
well, why don't you just stay here and don't worry about it?
Go ahead and make me a plus charm, if that is what it is called. Go ahead and roll me to manipulate person.
I can do that.
Absolutely. Excuse me, manipulate someone, not person.
That is 13 with charm.
13 is going to be a absolutely gratuitous success. Yeah, I'll stay here. If you're going around seeing what's up, but if you have any questions later, if you come up with something of your own accord, I'll try and answer them. I'll be around. It's good to see you, Ed.
Good to see you too.
Stay safe out there.
I'm gonna head over to that particular holding area and let's see what they dropped off there.
Absolutely. So you are able to go wrangle yourself over to cargo bay 7 on the current docking spike that you were on. And it takes a little bit, but would you be so kind as to roll investigate a mystery for me, which would be plus sharp?
I can do that.
Because I believe that would be correct, but if there's something else you want to do, then go ahead. But I think that's the right one.
No, that's good.
So sorry, everyone. The joys of being a manager.
That's how it is sometimes. It's good to have you back.
That's going to be an 8 on investigate a mystery.
So with an 8, you can ask one of the following questions. 1, what happened here? 2, what sort of creature is it? 3, what can it do? 4, what can hurt it? 5, where did it go? 6, what was it going to do? Or 7, what is being concealed here? And I will not, give you the verbatim answers for these questions. They will be based on the information that you can reasonably find.
Well, because of my occult confidential, I actually get an extra question from that.
Ooh,
Absolutely.
So what is it and what can it do?
nice.
Okay, so from both of those questions, I will be able to tell you. You are, after just a bit of poking around, checking the manifest on the wall, you were able to find the 5 foot by 5 foot steel construction shipping crate that it was in. It looks like the top has been removed. Taking just a little bit of a brief inspection, it looks like it was forced out from the inside. So what you can tell so far is that it is probably pretty pretty damn tough as far as what it can do, because it was able to forcibly open a steel shipping crate from the inside. And then as far as the other question goes, it seems like you take a bit of a look around, and you see what looks to be a maintenance shaft entrance up on the ceiling. A relatively small one. You would probably know that all of the maintenance shafts are approximately 4 foot by 4 foot in this station, so that people can get around just comfortably enough. And as you look up to that little sort of great entrance shaft with a little bit of a ladder leading up to it, you can see that it is currently still open. However, this one doesn't look like it was forced open, but as you take a closer look, you can see that it looks like the access pad that allows it to be opened with the proper security codes and whatnot has shorted out.
Ooh.
So,
do you share all of that, James?
Well, James is currently the only one in this situation.
I'm so sorry.
He very well may. And we know what Carmichael is doing. Juliet Darby, what are you doing now that you're done with your lunch, as it were?
Oh, opening up the panel, looking at a list of stuff I gotta fix.
Right. You see it's the relatively large group of things. It looks like the regular, all the usual drones are failing.
Mhm.
There's some stuff that's going to need some biological hands to get scrubbed properly in different parts of the station that is going to be your problem. There are other custodians, but you are sort of top dog, as it were.
Yeah, and out of just for fun, because of what the lady said about the delivery, like as I'm scrolling, I want to see if there's anything in that docking bay she was talking about. Just on the off chance that, like, oh, that's where she said the thing was, and for some reason, all these things broke.
Absolutely. You go through it. You do find something a bit strange. It looks like you find a little bit of a report saying that there is a medium-sized shipping container that needs to be disposed of as it was damaged, and all internal cargo has been lost. As well as a small alert, as you are looking at that, pops up in the corner of your little panel.
What's the alert say?
It is telling you that one of your other human staff has disappeared. It's not been too long. It's been about 2 hours since they were supposed to check in. However, you are quite aware that it seems that they were supposed to be going through and doing some last touches on the maintenance shafts surrounding the spike that was being talked about. The docking spike and the maintenance shafts in there.
I assume that it's like each custodian or human thing could be like, oh, I'm taking care of this using drone number 4, or like I'm gonna handle this myself. You can like click the ones you're gonna do.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I'm gonna click the one that is about the container that needs to be removed, because I'm gonna go look at that container.
Absolutely. Sorry, I forgot to shout it out because I used it earlier and it was after it was bought, but Pax put a very important message to shout out when a clue is being used. The clue that we grabbed at the very start was immediately given out in the form of the Muttering Woman, so that can be removed from the store.
Ooh, thank you, chat.
Thanks, chat. Also, once again, thank you for being so kind as to buy some in the store. Very kind of you. So yeah, you go through and you click the little box. I'll go poke around, see what happens, and you make your way over to the docking spike and the maintenance shafts therein. So Carmichael, how's your class going?
I don't imagine it's incredibly well attended. It's the middle of the day. It's a weekday.
Yeah, people are.
Business hasn't been great. With hollow technology, nobody wants a real workout anymore.
Right, of course. There's still, a solid 5-ish people, a solid 5 people still attending the class.
Cardio is important to some people.
It is.
Good.
Yeah.
It's good. Feel the burn.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like you're four human regulars, and you're one non-human regular, whose name you would recognize as Dolmat, who has the face of a big, sort of a slightly busted open nose fruit bat.
Oh, right. Yeah, I love those.
looks like Merc Worky was kind enough to buy another clue from the store.
Oh, thanks, Merc.
Colonel
Thank you
Mustard in
very
the
much.
library with a candlestick.
Absolutely. Thanks, Merc.
End of class, when we're doing the cool down, I thank everybody for coming and let them know that they can be whoever they want to be. Something stupid and motivational.
Yeah, absolutely. They all sort of like nod sagely. And then you notice, actually, as they are all leaving, Dolmat seems to be sticking around behind as everybody else files out.
Oh, yeah. I'm familiar with this game.
Yeah. Hello, Carmichael. I have a do you do therapist or counselor type work?
Well, I'm a licensed pastor, so I've done some pastoral type counseling.
I am not a sheep.
Right.
Carmichael.
No, of course not. I'm technically a licensed sex therapist.
That is a kind of therapist, even if it is not relevant to the problem that I have at hand.
And a massage therapist.
Absolutely.
So,
I just sort of need to get something out there as a club owner here on the station.
Yeah, absolutely. Dolma, please have a seat down here. Feel free to do some leg lifts while you sit. That's fine also.
Of course. I still have some burn left to feel.
No, you spun like crazy today, girl. You spun like crazy. That was inspired. You looked like you were trying to ride somewhere, Not all of us do that.
Of course.
You want a bottled water?
I would take some water. It has been a very extensive spinning workout today.
All right, grab her a bottle of water and get a little cup,
Yeah, absolutely. She takes it and she, not having, classical human being lips, just sort of opens the maw fully and sort of splashes it straight down the throat.
I admire her as she does so.
She's quite handsome for a bat-faced lady.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If that's what you're about, 100%. And she sort of stops, finishes drinking. I am concerned. I know that the operational members of this station do not always appreciate the nature of the work that I support, with the excessive drinking and at times the excessive gambling and the general sense of vice around my club. So they have not responded. And it has only been a few hours, of course, but usually I get a pretty quick response from the engineering members of the station. And the synthesizers in the bar that allow me to form the various disparate kinds of alcohol that my various diaspora of patrons require have been down with no power.
Hold on, let me
for the
stop
last.
What is diaspora? That sounds fantastic.
Well, they all come
type
from
of drink, or?
various. No, it's a diaspora is being in diaspora is sort of when a group of people are outside of their homelands in mass. So truly, anyone who is at this station, especially those who live here, are out on in diaspora. I apologize for speaking slowly.
No,
Human
don't.
tongue is a bit strange without.
That's really that I did not
lips.
know. That's really, really interesting. You say always such interesting things.
Why, thank you, Carmichael. You are always so kind to me.
Kindness is reflex at this point. You make it very easy. So you're concerned
Yes.
about the diaspora.
I am currently having to supply my proper imported bottled alcohol to the entirety of my patronage, and that will not be running for much longer. So I am wondering if you could use your charming ways to possibly move me up on the list as far as repairs go.
Oh,
I have been able to, and possibly I should not say this, I have been able to tap back into the various power systems and stuff by sort of going through workarounds, but there's not really much of a workaround for the base molecules that we use in the consumptive synthesizers.
right. Did you put the work order in already?
I put it in some 8 hours ago when they first broke down.
And we need to get that up and running ASAP because otherwise you're going to sell all your good liquor to your bad customers.
It's more that I will run out of good liquor to sell to my good customers. I am not concerned about somebody buying the good liquor, but when it is the only option, it is the only thing that I can serve.
Yeah. Who do I need to talk to? I'll make that happen for you.
Someone in maintenance, I am sure. I am not much of a human person.
Oh, no, that's fine. I know a few people in maintenance. Darby works down there. We're like best friends.
The custodian, yes?
Yeah, but that's technically part of maintenance.
That is technically part of maintenance, but I'm not sure if she would be qualified to reroute the matter streaming funnels.
No. She's gotten overlooked like 4 times because she's ginger.
That is quite unfortunate.
She's fantastic at her job, but I'm not going to lie. Her foreman is kind of a speciesist.
I completely understand.
I don't. Freckles aren't a thing that happens with me. I've never even seen the sun, let alone been out in it. How do you get freckles on a space station? That doesn't even make sense.
I am covered in fur. I cannot speak to it.
And similarly, regional accents.
Yes.
I mean, we grew up on a tin can out in the middle of space. There's less than 5,000 of us.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
I am sure it is very strange. Most of us did not grow up here, though some of us did, of course. Such as, well, certainly you have been here for as long as I have.
92 years, yeah.
As far as the other humans I have seen, you look absolutely fantastic.
Oh, I'm not human technically. I'm vat baby. Back then back then they were manufacturing us by the hundreds to go fight in wars. Good times. Not me. I mean, I never fought in a war or anything. I was typical sold into slavery kind of thing. But then this, which was great. I love this place.
It is delightful. And looks like we just got a setback from our friend Aaron Morrison. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very kind. And that is something that I can sort of start to just put on in right now as opposed to have to go forward. And this is around the time where you, as well as your good friend Dolmat, begin to notice that the air inside of your studio is starting to get a little bit thin.
Ooh.
Oh, that's not good.
That certainly seems peculiar.
No,
We
no,
should-
that's straight up not good. I'm gonna head down to maintenance right now. In fact, because that's not supposed to happen.
No, certainly not. So you go on down to go
Well,
over to the
The whole way, I'm sniffing the different vents to see if it's the same. You know.
yeah, it doesn't seem like any of the vents are currently providing a breathable atmosphere.
Oh.
Seems like it's probably been going for a hot minute, but you're in a big enough space right now that it hasn't quite been
Also,
noticeable.
I process oxygen so much better than a vanilla human.
Oh, of course, absolutely. So as you go over to
I'm better.
yeah. So as you go over to leave your little studio, you notice that the doors, which you knew were definitely closed, as you try to access them and get them to slide on open, seem to be emergency locked.
Okay.
And as you consider what to do with that, we are going to go back on down to Ed Cash and Juliet Darby. So Ed, you have looked up and seen the situation going on with it seems like something crawled into the maintenance vents, as far as you can tell. What would you like to do with that information?
Well, first I need to check the manifest. I want to see who shipped this bad boy in. I know it was the Bavarans, but I want to know specifics.
Absolutely. As you go over to, I'll get to you in a moment, Juliet Darby.
Take your time.
Yeah. As you go on over to the sort of manifest pad on the panel, and then using the security clearance that you presumably have gotten, I would like a rolling cool to act under pressure to properly get access that, if I remember correctly, you don't quite have, as you are not an official security personnel aboard this station.
Not my first time.
Well phrased, Ethan.
He does this so often.
Oh, of course.
That will be an 8.
Great. An 8 will be a mixed success. So, you go and you try and use all the back doors that you normally have. You can access the manifest, but you'll probably only have about 10 minutes before somebody notices that someone is tampering and getting into the manifest without the proper codes.
I just need the name.
Absolutely. So you are able to, you are willing to do this?
Yes, absolutely.
Great. You give it a little magic fingers that you are known for in your technological skills at this moment. Pop it on open, and you can see that it seemed to be the Pavaran freighter referred to as the Outreach.
I'm going to head back to Yana.
Great. You go on back to Yana, and as you pop on back out and go on over, we're going to go back to Juliet Darby. So, at this moment, since you have signed on to investigate the problem, it's been around 2 hours since one of your techs was supposed to report back, and they have been unable to do so. You are currently crawling through the security the maintenance shafts, pushing your way on through. Thankfully, as you mentioned, you are small enough that it is not as uncomfortable as it might be for plenty of other people, but you do still have to be able to do it relatively comfortably, crawl on all fours or in sort of like a tripod stance with one arm up, leaning down, brushing through. Can I get you to roll me plus cool, let's say, to have you make a act under pressure check? Because this is absolutely. Hold on. What you are playing, if I remember, to get into the sort of mechanics of the thing, you are playing the mundane, yes?
I am. So
Do you have any skills or powers or whatever that reflect you going off on your own to investigate a dangerous situation?
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong?
I do. It says when I charge into danger. I don't know. I wasn't sure if this was actually a dangerous situation.
It definitely is, but you
Okay.
are not currently aware of that.
Right. So do you want me to use the skill or no?
What does it do?
I get to hold 2, and I get to either inflict 1 harm, reduce someone's harm by 1, or take a +2 forward on an act under pressure.
Okay. I don't think that will be relevant here, but let
Cool.
us remember it for the future.
Yeah.
So you go in, and I would like you to, as you start to poke around in the section you know they were last supposed to be in, I would like you to give me an investigate a mystery roll.
Indeed. I got a 4.
That is going to be a total, absolute failure. So, as you continue to go through, first of all, mark a second experience point, Juliet Darby.
Yay!
That's very important.
The one thing I really like about this game, when you fail, at least you
Fail
get
forward.
experience.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as you go forward and continue to push on into the depths of the maintenance shaft, getting closer and closer to things, you have to, you do find what looks to be a slightly malfunctioning security door, like something that would, if pressure was being lost in a part of the station, it immediately close, and you have to do a little bit of work to get it open, but that takes a relatively short order.
Mm-hmm.
And as you push forward, you see what you would recognize as the corpse of the young technician under your purview by the name of Oliver. It looks like he's obviously laying face down. No rise in the chest. You can tell that relatively simply. As you go to take a closer look, it looks like they are covered in what looks to be some kind of burns, as well as obvious bruising and blunt impact trauma.
Are the burns all over the body, or are they in one specific area?
It looks like the electrical burns, which, as you get closer, being somebody who works in maintenance, you would probably relatively easily be able to identify them as, and that is going to be our second clue that I am going to be removing.
Electrical burn.
And we
Thank
can also,
you.
for note, get rid of the "'tis but a setback" that has not been used in the thing, because the setback is the fact that Carmichael is currently in a decompressing yoga room. You go forward, you examine, you see the electrical burns that have obviously come from, just a bit of checking. It looks like ribs crushed, torso strike of some kind that seems to not only be, bruising with crushed ribs, but probably leaving electrical burns.
Yeah. So I just want to understand this correctly, and forgive me if this is a silly question. The electrical burns look like they came from the surrounding area in which we are in, or do the electrical burns look like they came from something else?
The electrical burns on the corpse are all part of and surrounding the same area as the blunt impact trauma that caused the broken ribs.
Excellent. But in the surrounding area, do I see, that traces of the electrical burn on the wires, on the, or are they just on Oliver?
Doesn't seem like anything's in disrepair around here.
Just on Oliver.
Just on Oliver.
Okay. I'm gonna whip out my camera, and I'm gonna take some images.
Absolutely. As you are, taking the proper important images.
Well, I want to be able to document, like, hey, I found him. He was laying like this, in case there's an investigation.
Of course.
I don't want my ass on the line.
Yeah. You can tell, obviously, the same gray custodial maintenance jumper that you are wearing has been sort of like torn and just a little bit burnt through in the section where, obviously it took this mighty electrical shenanigans to the side.
Ed and Carmichael, do I have the space equivalent of your cell phone number? Carmichael, yes. Ed, yes.
Mine's a matter of public record. I am an asset recovery specialist on
That's
this.
true.
It's true. You are a private contractor aboard Olive Branch Station.
I would like to private message or a group message Carmichael and Ed the images that I just took of Oliver.
Absolutely. Carmichael, you get a ping on your phone, but you're currently trying to deal with the currently emergency locked door. So you may check it if you like. Ed, you are on your way. Probably at this moment, currently speaking to your friend Doc Master Yana.
Mm-hmm.
So it will take a bit. And as you hit that send, this is the moment that you hear a solid thump somewhere echoing down from the maintenance shaft behind you. What do you want to do about it?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, I thought you
Also,
said Ed.
Yeah. Looks
Oh.
like, right as I told you that, looks like PAX sent us a solid $10, which I am very, very thankful for.
Thank you.
For a solutions. So this is going to be something more like a lot of the other stuff on some of your other streams, where this, the one solution we have in the store is something that one of you can use if you feel like you need to get out of a dangerous situation.
Excellent.
It looks like it's specifically for Christian, I will point out.
It does seem to be for Christians, so you can use that when we get back to you.
All right.
So I hear a thump behind me.
Absolutely.
Is this a long tube? Are there any? Do I know of any quick 3 meters down is a turn that I could go hide in really quickly, or am I just kind of frozen where I am?
Roll me an act under pressure. And also, it looks like Pax messaged the chat and said it could be for anybody.
Okay.
It's up to the whole of us.
Well, I got a 7, so that's a mixed success.
7 is going to be a mixed success. Let me just do a little bit of bonus checking to check for act under pressure. That's the wrong direction. Excuse me. I'm using a real book because I am a cool kid. So, you know that the closest way out of this whole situation is in the direction that you heard the noise.
Oh.
Otherwise, it's going to be probably, you would know, like a solid 3 minutes at least of clambering, even, doing it very quickly until you get to the next one. Because it's still, even though you're small and you have an easier time than almost anybody else on the crew, it's not easy to get through these. There's a lot of sort of...
I assume I'm like in a metal area.
Yeah, you are in a tube.
Tube, yeah. What's on the other side?
Probably some open area, possibly like the large open main corridor of the docking spike.
Cool. I'm terrified that I just saw my friend Oliver with this very weird wound with nothing on the rest of the tube to show damage of any kind. And there's a thump behind me, and I'm a little spooked.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take my multi-tool, which is a space multi-tool.
It's a space multi-tool. It's got like a laser cutter.
Yep.
All that good business.
I'm going to make an exit for myself. I'll fix it later.
Absolutely.
Is it Sonic Socket Wrench?
Yeah, Sonic Socket Wrench.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I am going to, in fact, need you to make me another act under pressure check to do this in an expedient manner. Because it's
absolutely.
It's a solid little tool, but it's not made for cutting through structural walls and stuff like this.
That's an 11.
But that is a complete and total success. So you are able to, as you hear what sounds like almost a slapping and a bumping coming closer and closer to you down the corners of this little maintenance shaft, right before the thing drops, you see what looks to be almost like a polyp come from around the corner, probably a solid 30 feet back, but it's beige polyp that seems to be covered in like a light, almost like the underarms or the underbelly of an alligator sort of scaling.
Oh shit! And then I'm gonna snap a picture.
You snap a picture of the polyp, and then it
Yes.
goes down right out of your sight because there are these sort of various rings inside the maintenance shafts that have to be clambered over one by one. You snap the picture, and then you jump on out.
Mm-hmm.
Ed Cash.
All right. Yeah.
Hello. Welcome back. Did you come up with anything interesting in your contemplative sort of exercises?
Yeah, I did. I might have found a line on some decent work. You wouldn't happen to know where I can find the captain of the outreach, would you?
Oh, the outreach. I think they were, do you a favor. I think the outreach are going to be stationed here for a solid handful of more days. So, probably in the, like the Central Commercial Recreational District. That's where people usually tend to be. Otherwise, it might be here on the spike in the public quarters that are available to docking ships.
That captain have a name, young?
Let me take a little bit of a look.
I appreciate it.
How's
your brother anyway?
Oh, he's doing absolutely fine. How's
Glad to hear it.
We have been friends for a few years now, but I have never heard of any of your family. Do you have any family?
I don't know.
Very interesting. Looks like it is a Captain Yvain.
Yvain?
Yvain.
All right. Thanks, Jan.
And it looks like he is not currently staying at any of the public lodgings available on docking spikes. So he's either back on the ship or probably somewhere in the commercial district.
If I know my space captains, he's in the commercial district. He's either getting a drink or a woman or both.
My guess would probably be both. I mean, he's one of those Bavarian types. I think he might be some kind of like a lot of the captains from there are like knights, so he might be, I don't know, sworn, but he's probably doing that. I don't know the rules. It's a very strange place. You have a good day.
Say hi to your brother for me, Yana.
Absolutely. I'll let Dimitri know you stopped by.
Did I get that message from Darby?
Yes, you did while you were having that conversation. And did you send the last picture that you took of the polyp?
Yes, I did.
The tendril? You also, right as you open it back up, notice a strange little picture of sort of a beige, scaly tendril inside of one of the maintenance shafts.
Gross.
So, you have this information. Presumably you are heading somewhere. Where might that be?
I'm going to head to the commercial district, but I'm going to send a message to Darby in that little group message that looking for the captain who brought it on board, and a money symbol added next to it, and send it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna text back. Where are you?
This is about the point when you, Ed, right as you send that text back, which is very soon after you send that text, Juliet, notice Juliet Darby drop a solid 20 feet from a maintenance shaft and land with a bit of it's an unsteady landing, but you don't injure yourself. Approximately about 50 feet in front of you.
I'm fine.
Way to drop in, Darby.
Cool.
Hope you didn't break anything. You're just going to have to fix it.
Yeah. I mean, that's if I'm not dead. Did you get my texts?
I did.
Cool.
Looks like we, not to break the character acting, but it seemed like we were at a bit of a pause. Looks like Nicole Allen sent us another solution. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you, Nicole.
You are so
Come on,
kind.
Darby. Let's get you a drink and find ourselves a spaceship captain.
Drink, good. Is that the thing?
Hey.
My friend Oliver is dead, and I don't think it was an accident. Not like, Sean last week. I mean, that was a plumbing accident it was horrible, but that was not on purpose.
There are no accidents in my line of work, Darby.
Well, there's a lot in mine in many forms, actually. Now that I think about it, accident is a word. It covers a broad spectrum of incidents. But this was not an accident. There's something on the ship.
Let's get you a drink, Darby.
Okay, but I'm not crazy.
I didn't say you were.
Yeah, but you're acting like I am. You're like you're telling me to calm down and just go get a drink when I just saw my friend who is murdered, and there's a thing with where is Carmichael?
And at that, as you continue to make your way back to the recreational commercial district, Carmichael, you are currently locked in your studio with Dolmat, quickly losing oxygen.
This is really bad.
This is very concerning.
I try and call maintenance, obviously.
Yeah,
Hi, this is Carmichael over at the
this is an automated maintenance request system. Please leave your request at the beep.
That wasn't the beep, was it? Okay, I'll wait. Wait, did I miss the beep? I might. Hello, this is
I think you missed the beep.
I should just call back. Okay. We are going to die before they get back to us. And I feel terrible about that. Okay. You are not going to fit an event, are you? Oh.
Not the vents around here. They are small and for gases.
Okay.
And I am big and made of meat.
I know, me too. That's what I liked about you. Hey, I bet you're good at keeping secrets. Are you good at
I am very good at keeping secrets.
All right. And I go like grab one of the weight bars off of one of the gym pieces of equipment, and I pry open that door.
Great. Make me let's say a tough roll for that.
It's a feat of strength, correct? Can I?
This would be a feat of strength, and I believe you have a thing for that where you can make a different thing.
I do. May I do that?
Absolutely. Make your weird roll.
Do the thing.
And 5 and 4 is 9.
9 is going to be a mixed success. You will be able to pry it open. And the unfortunate little side effect is that after you get it open, you are currently having to hold it open. So,
right.
You'll be able to hold it open and let Dolmat through, assuming that you sort of let her go.
Yeah, of course. I'm like, okay, you should go.
And now I am going to need you to make, since, you can sort of move through, it's going to be awkward. You're going to need to make an act under pressure roll to be able to get through that door without it just snapping right closed on you.
That a cool?
That will be cool based, yes.
I wasn't positive. That is a 7.
7 is still going to be a mixed success.
Oh, I thought that was a fail. Good deal.
No, that is just enough. So, you're going to be able to get through.
But I lose my weight bar.
You do lose the weight bar. The weight bar is irrevocably damaged. You will need to replace it. And currently, as far as you can tell, it's a lot easier to pry those open from the inside than from the outside. You're not going to be able to get back in there for a minute.
Yeah. Especially since I've probably broken the door.
Yeah, absolutely. So you were able to pop that open. You see, Dolmat is breathing very heavily next to you on the outside. That was very concerning. I have not had a near-death experience of that variety in quite a while. I have had people threaten me at the club with sometimes weapons, but this is why I have bouncers and a shotgun under the bar.
Did that seem like murder? Like attempted murder?
I am...
Or just our maintenance that bad?
Our maintenance can be pretty behind the curve at times. This is a very old station, but that seemed...
Door locking?
If you would like to roll me an investigate a mystery or a read bad situation, which are both the smarty pants rolls.
Oh, easily my worst stat.
Yeah. You can try and sort of poke around and see what happens, unless you don't particularly
I'm
want
going to. And I just rolled an 11. I think that I did good.
Absolutely.
Even with my +0, that's not bad.
Damn right. So you are also going to be able to ask 2 questions. I'm gonna leave this a little more free form, since you are not dealing with a monster, you are dealing with a situation.
Yeah.
2 somewhat vague questions, but not super vague.
All right. Was that on purpose?
You go through and you sort of check the outside panel, and it looks like there was a it seems to have been a completely automated response. Possibly to the as far as you can tell, the leakage of the air seems like a
door problem, you mean?
Yes, the door problem seemed to... You're asking about the air leakage?
Yes.
It looks like there was some sort of power fluctuation, probably caused by, as far as you can tell, sort of like getting into the pad and going through. It looks like it was caused by some sort of damaging to the power cables surrounding your little studio.
Which would have had to have been done like 2 wires.
Yes, it would have. It seems like it is some kind of mechanical issue. So, second question.
Well, since it wasn't done on purpose.
Correct.
By people.
As far as you can tell.
Was that type of damage something that could have been done remotely?
So for this, presumably, take the reins just a little bit.
Yeah.
You go up and you do just a little bit of a pull up because you're very fit on the sort of a front sign. Take a look.
Just to be, just because I think somebody might be watching.
Of course. You look great. Dolmat is she's gonna swoon a little bit. And you go up, you find the hatch to the maintenance tunnel that's directly above after a little bit of Assassin's Creed parkour. And as you take a look, you can tell that it looks like the wires inside the maintenance tunnel seem to have been almost chewed.
Almost chewed?
That would be your best guess, but you don't know anything on the station.
Or ripped by something sharp and jagged. Right.
Yeah. There is a chunk of the wires that is currently like probably around this big, a solid, this doesn't mean anything because we're on the webcam, but solid like 6 inches wide.
Okay, I know how big your head is, so.
Thanks. Like this big.
Size-wise, not head big wise.
No, of course. It could be both. You probably know both. Yeah, it seems like there's this sort of obviously like slightly cut and then torn 6-inch section of one of the main power cables on what seems to have been a ripped open panel on the inside of the maintenance shaft.
Ooh, now I want to look at the ripped open panel. but I won't because not my job. I'm a yoga instructor.
You're a yoga instructor. So you take a look. You look left down the shaft, right down the shaft. It looks, as far as you can tell, completely clear at the very least until the various switchbacks. And
All right,
presumably you pop back out and down?
Yeah. I'm not supposed to be crawling through vents like some sort of animal that may have ripped wires out with its teeth.
No, of course. As you pop back down from the maintenance shaft, you see coming in, because you're relatively, as is dramatically convenient, you've got a pretty good view from up here of what looks to be the entrance into this start of the large promenade, as it were.
Oh, yeah.
And you see, coming, intentionally or not, vaguely in your direction, crossing through the street, your compatriots, Ed Cash and Juliet Darby.
I, hanging upside down from the vent, wave at them.
You do take notice, the both of you.
Oh my God, get the hell out of that vent right now. Right now, drop down right now. Now, down. Down.
Killer monster in the vents.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Out of the vent. Now.
Yeah, thing pops right back closed.
Cool.
Yeah, it ate my electricity. Bit
So-
right through the wires.
It's eating through wires. That's cool.
Which
killed-
turned off my air, which shut my door, which tried to murder me and the new lady.
Indeed.
In
Oh.
my class.
Hello,
Both
new
Carmichael, since he was just up there, Dulmat, the bat-faced woman, sort of raises her hand. Hello.
Hey, Dolmat, how's it going?
Ed, it is good to see you again. I hope you are in good health.
Darby here needs a drink.
That Cash you're talking to, Dolmat. Good health is not words that go along with him.
I believe that Carmichael and I could also use a drink after what happened. I would happily buy you a drink, Carmichael, if you have any interest.
I accept.
Yeah. And Carmichael, since he just looked at it, Ed, because he's seen him before, almost certainly crawling through, and Juliet, because she is not only a technician, but was also just up in the vents, know that those power cables are no fucking joke. They are big, and they are strong.
Okay. We can go get a drink, but if we do, it's got to be somewhere private because we have to.
Who do we call about this? My power is out.
So I've been thinking about who we would call. Small problem. If I call, and tell them that there is a creature killing people, purposefully or not purposefully, in the vents, they're going to have to make a station-wide announcement, and that's going to cause a lot of problems. However, I am bound by duty to
report. People secretly might cause more problems.
So should we or should we not inform Security Chief Bartram?
We should not inform Security Chief Bartram until I've had a chance to talk to Captain Yvonne of the Outreach and squeeze a little dough out of her.
I understand that everything is about money to you, Ed, but I don't think this is. I don't want to panic. A panic on the station is, you know what? It's really, in the end, it's going to be like weeks of cleanup duty, and that's not cool.
Panic's no good for anybody, Darby.
Wait, what?
Panic's no good for anybody, Darby.
Right. But at the same time, like, people need to know, so they don't die.
So if we would like to possibly find ourselves in somewhere more private to continue this conversation, we can go back to my club, and we are technically closed right now. However, I could get us inside and we could enter a back room. I do still have some of the imported bottle stuff.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm just saying we should tell somebody because it's running around eating our electricity.
Yeah, Yeah, and I'm just gonna keep getting pop-ups.
A person, what if it finds a person and kills a person?
It did find a person, Carmichael. Oliver is dead.
Then how come you haven't talked to security?
Because I saw it, and then I got
Oh, I know what we can do. I've got somebody we can call. I met him a few years ago. Oh, God, good guy. Could get a hold of anything. There it is.
What?
Cash, your phone rings.
You're calling me, Carmichael.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you're calling me. And yes, you're right. I do know somebody all over the station. I know somebody for everything, which is why we're going to take this one slow.
Look bad.
You take Darby to get a drink. I'm going to find this captain. Then we'll get a hold of the security chief, okay?
How many more people is this thing going to eat in the meantime? And why is that not even remotely important to you?
People die, Carmichael. People die.
Yeah, I feel like Carmichael's priorities are like here, and then like human priorities are like here, and they're like two separate things.
If we are going to continue to talk about corpses and people dying, perhaps we should not be in the crowded promenade. Yes?
I guess.
You guys over at your club shortly. I got to go see a bartender about a fish.
Okay, but that's where I could get a drink, so we could just go together. We should stay together. Look, I'm just a janitor.
Indeed. And this is the time where I would like to thank Aaron Morrison for throwing in a solid $20 for another clue, seemingly based on Patrick Stewart behind you.
Mm-hmm.
And that is very, very good.
No, you need to run off and do your thing. But make it quick this time.
I'll be there in 5 minutes. Just
no, it won't be 5 minutes.
Okay, 5 drinks.
We know it won't be 5 minutes. I'll see you in a while. Off you go.
Very good.
Okay, but like Carmichael, shouldn't we tell someone?
We should discuss who to tell if you are all worried about inciting panic. Yes?
I mean, you have a very calm voice, nice lady.
More worried about inciting death from monster.
Inciting death from monster would be very good. So should we contact the security people?
I mean, I think we could.
I got the security chief's personal number. I'll call him shortly, okay? Let me handle this.
I thought you ran off already.
He jogged back, presumably.
You said security. It got my attention.
Okay, we'll see you later. And then I wait till he walks about 50 feet and I go, security.
I mean, I got a friend, Vasha in security. Maybe she could keep it on the down low, but like security's aware, but like maybe don't put anyone in panic. I'm just afraid that like people will kill more people because like they'll be like, oh, something brown, and they'll shoot it and kill it, and it won't be the thing.
That seems very spooky.
Yeah. I don't know what to do. I'm just a janitor, guys.
Of course. I will get you both drinks as we call security and presumably allow them to deal with this situation. Yes?
Yes, let security deal with the situation. He's right behind me, isn't he?
Every time you say security, he's approximately 200 feet away now, but I still see that hat tilt upward ever so slightly. So as Ed Cash goes to go see a bartender about a fish, and as our good friends Carmichael, Juliet, Darby, and Dolmat return to her club to go, do all the important business, get a drink, talk to security, wait this whole thing out, I think since it is 7:30, it's a good time for a short break. Sound good? Around 10-15 minutes. Sound good to everybody?
Yeah.
Sounds good. We'll see you all very, very soon.
Absolutely. I will be here at around 7:40. Peace.
Be right back, everyone.
All right. Now that they're all gone, maybe we Hi again, everybody. Looks like we're still waiting on everybody to get back. So while we are, why don't I just read the chat feed aloud? Hello, Christian. TTS. Lol. But you'll miss out on all the Pix Packs posts. Ooh, say that 3 times fast. Of people she finds hot. Oh, wait, I know what that means. She likes some, like, pasty and British, doesn't she? You can't get me to Neener and Maggie's back.
It's just
Sorry.
the doors.
I still get it every time I see her. I'm like, oh, Maggie's here.
It's Christian.
I haven't seen Maggie all day.
This is true. Hello, Merc. I've re-upped my beverages.
Wow.
I have a beverage and a chaser.
I like that they're both alcohol.
Yeah. Well, I gotta pretend like we're at the bar.
Meanwhile, I'm sucking down my pineapple Fanta. So, what do you think the others are doing?
Yeah, I don't know. Mine froze actually, but luckily I can hear you in the other room.
Yeah, I'm also nodding.
All right, we're all nodding.
We're all nodding here.
Just listening.
Not nodding. Ed Cash.
I was here the whole time in the dark.
Oh, that's a little.
Of course you were. You turned off your camera and just sat in silent.
That's correct.
I mean, you do look like Silent Jim.
Of course. So, we are all back for just the sake of a brief recap of what happened before the break. Our heroes, who are just a bunch of working class assholes, are all here living it up on what is known as Olive Branch Station. After a brief, very short power outage, it seems like after gathering a little bit of information from somebody who was mumbling, it looked like there was some kind of a strange cargo, possibly alive, being brought on by a Pavaran freighter.
Now it seems to be running through the vents, chewing through wires, and killing crew members.
Absolutely. Juliet Darby found out that one of the crew members was died. Carmichael went back. One of the crew members, one of the other sanitation techs under her purview, has been killed with a combination of blunt impact trauma and strange electrical burns. Pushing on forward, Carmichael happened to go back to teach a yoga class and do some yoga. However, it seemed like there was a little bit of a power situation going on that seemed to cause a problem where the life support systems inside of this little studio had been shut off due to some of that situation. Carmichael was able to bust himself and the person who stayed behind, Dulmat, a bat-faced club owner, back out, reconvene after our good friend Ed Cash, the local detective, pushed on forward, discussed with the
You mean the slimy drunk, right?
yeah, the slimy drunk detective, met with his friend and contact, Dockmaster Yana, and investigated. It seemed like whatever was inside the shipping crate was in fact alive, and it had most likely pushed itself outward. Our friend Juliet Darby found, just for a brief moment, caught a brief glimpse after finding the body of whatever the creature was, and it seemed to have strange tendrils or polyps, beige colored and covered in alligator type belly scales. fell on back down through into the main area, met up with Ed Cash, who met up with Carmichael, and they discussed the situation at hand. Ed Cash has to see a bartender about a fish. Carmichael, Juliet, Darby, and our delightful Dolmat are all heading back to Dolmat's club to get a drink, call security, and sort of let this whole thing blow over. So, Ed, you yourself say that you, in fact, and I'm going to say this again, have a bartender to see about a fish. What would you like to do?
Yeah. I have the Naked City, which means I have conspiracy contacts all over the station. And one of my networks is bartenders. And I'm going to use this network of bartenders to find Captain Yvain.
Absolutely. So you push on forward and go to your...
Short, poor irregulars.
presumably back to Lenny, who, since you drink there on the reg, is somebody who knows you well and is willing to exchange information. You go back over to Lenny's place, the Eternity's Drift.
Yes.
And sit back down at the bar.
It's my favorite bar because I drink for free.
Hey, what can I do for you? Welcome back.
Bourbon, and I'm looking for somebody, Lenny.
Oh, yeah? Who are you looking for?
Yeah, fresh off the boat, Bavarian Captain, Yvain.
Oh, yeah, I think I heard about that one. Carrying, news has been getting out a little bit. Carrying some weird cargo, perhaps?
Yeah. Carrying some weird cargo that's out running around.
Well, that's pretty weird.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're looking for Captain Yvain. I could probably tell you where he is. Is there any sort of exchange here? Or are you just sort of expecting the information and then that's kind of that?
I'm just expecting the information, Lenny. And a drink.
Right. Go ahead and, since you're getting your drinks for free, and even though this is a favor, I will ask you to make a manipulate a person roll.
I am good at that one.
Absolutely.
Seven.
That is going to be a mixed success. So, with a mixed success on a manipulate somebody, they will in fact do what you want, but only if you do something for them right now to show that you mean it. All right, Ed. I will tell you, but just this once, since we're friends, I'm going to ask you to pay for the drink.
Oh, shit.
I know I owe you, but this is, it's going to keep drinking for free later and all, but...
You're breaking my balls here, Lenny, but all right. Just one time.
All right. And, hey, if you figure out anything interesting, keep me in the loop, yeah?
I will. Hey, it's good enough. I might even cut you in, Lenny.
Hey, fair enough. So you throw down a handful of credits. Thank you, Aaron Morrison, for tipping the bartender $5. That's very, very kind.
And James is a bartender. It's so sweet.
This is true.
Thank you, Aaron. And yes, always tip your bartender. I will point out that Ed Cash doesn't pay for drinks, but he always tips.
In cash.
In cash. Because it ain't taxed by the station.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I obviously don't know exact whereabouts right at this moment, but I heard where I believe he's staying. It sounds like he's staying somewhere. It's over at it's one of the nicer hotels in this sort of area.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Olive Branch Central. It's sort of like themed like a train station thing. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Some of the humans.
Station one.
Yeah, some of the other.
Where they all dressed like engineers, right?
Yeah, they all dress like old-fashioned train engineers and stuff like that. Apparently, some of the Suis get a kick out of it.
Never understand that.
I don't get it. I mean, I'm from the Earth stuff, you know? I'm from the systems under Earth. I just, I don't get it. I never seen a train. I'm gonna be honest.
Thanks, Lenny. You're a real gem.
Of course, yeah. Hey, Ed, be careful. You're
You
good
know
for
me.
this station, and I'd like to think that we're friends.
You know me, Lenny. I'm never careful.
That's about what I was expecting. So you slam the rest of your drink, get up, and continue your way back to Olive Branch Station. So this is around the point where Carmichael, Juliet, and Dolmat make their way back into Dolmat's club, which is in fact just called Dolmat's. It seemed like it worked. Nobody else with that name on the station. It made a lot of sense at the time, but she's kind of regretting it. It seems a little boring.
Cool. So, okay, we're here.
How long do we wait for Ed?
I do not know. We are calling security, yes?
I thought we were waiting for Ed.
We can absolutely wait for Ed.
He
Is
told
there?
me to wait. I assume he knows what he's talking about.
That man does seem like he is usually knowing what he is talking about.
Yeah. I'm just, okay, but like maybe we should put a time limit on it, right? Because like if it takes like a really long time, then
He
we're
said
just
it'd be a few minutes.
okay.
So, drinks, yes?
Yeah.
Would you like something hard or something mixed or yes? Okay.
Like a club soda with lime.
Absolutely. She steps on back. Juliet, you are handed what seems to be a possibly slightly overfilled glass of just vodka. Or at least it smells and tastes a bit like vodka, but she claims that it's something back from her home world. Not made out of potatoes, but definitely tastes and smells like vodka.
I mean, that's cool. Have you guys ever seen a dead body before?
I have seen many dead bodies.
That was my first.
Oh, I've had guys drop dead right in the middle of my class. I don't do CrossFit anymore.
Oh.
Yes, I have seen many dead bodies.
Yeah.
This is all tied to my past, which I refuse to speak about. But no, there were many corpses involved.
You just spoke about it.
This is the most that I speak about it. And I trust you because, Carmichael, you saved my life. And Juliet, you seem like you could use some confiding to show that we share trust, yes?
I thought that you talking like that would be annoying, but it's actually super comforting. Because it's the truth. It's either I do need confiding. I don't know what to do. I mean,
Have you disposed of the corpse properly?
Oh shit.
Have you performed any burial rituals appropriate to your culture?
I'm gonna be honest. I saw the dead body, and then I saw the thing behind me, and I just kind of ran. And I feel bad.
Right. No. Yes, of course. Running from space monsters comes before the burial rituals.
Okay.
Yes.
Right, but do you report it to anybody? Are we the only people that know your friend is dead?
I think I'm the only one right now. Everything happened kind of fast.
You should probably tell someone.
Okay.
Lest they assume that it was your fault.
Right,
that is the first thing that I have always done upon finding a corpse, is tell someone so they don't believe that I am the one who caused it.
Oh, okay.
But not security until Cash gets here, I guess.
Oh, okay.
I think possibly telling security would make sense. Finding a corpse seems like their purview, yes?
Especially if it appears it was killed.
Oh yeah, no, like it had a like something hit it, but there were also these burns, but there was nothing. I mean, like I've seen electrical burns. I've had electrical burns. I know what they look like, and it's not like the piece of electricity just is fine and perfect. You know, like
Oh,
it also usually shows signs of a burn, and it didn't.
So all of the circuitry and wiring was
It was fine.
intact, yes?
Yeah.
So presumably this came from whatever you saw in the vents and whatever bit through your power cables, Carmichael.
well, definitely
And
bothered by electricity. In fact, it seems like maybe it eats it.
I suppose that is certainly possible. There are many great stars, and there are many great planets out there circling those stars, and there are a many great creatures on a many great number of those planets.
But then why hasn't like it kept eating? Like this station is fake oxygen and electricity. That's what it is.
Well,
Like
it's probably not some like insatiable beast. It gets hungry and then it eats and then it's not hungry anymore until it gets hungry again.
And we can probably assume, if our hypothesis of it consuming the energy coursing through the station is correct, that it had no use for the remains of your friend Oliver.
yeah, no, cool. I guess
So-
we can take comfort that it doesn't eat people.
So I suppose it would make sense for it to leave in so that it would not, be found to put humanoid morality on it, or sort of systems. It would not be found at the scene of the crime.
That implies an entire intelligence that I had not considered.
My understanding, from what I have heard, is when you kill one member of a colony, like you have them on Earth. Ants, when you kill an ant, the rest of the ants know and will act accordingly. So presumably whether it is intelligent as you or I are, or whether it is more of a predatory cunning,
Oh.
would know that it would be dangerous to stay there. Yes?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I guess you guys are right though. We gotta tell where is Cash? Jesus.
He said something about a fish.
And a bartender.
Indeed. Can I get you another club soda with lime?
No. Don't want to overhydrate.
Of course.
Don't cut themselves.
Of course. So at this point, as everyone is back at Dolmat's club, discussing the reality of the situation, we are going to cut back to Ed Cash. You are
Separate adventure.
on his own separate adventure. So presumably, bye. So presumably, you are currently going towards Olive Branch Station, which is the name of the hotel on Olive Branch Station.
That is correct. I need to find a Captain Yvonne and find out what in the hell he brought on board this station.
Absolutely.
And how much he's going to pay me to keep quiet about it. Not
Right.
necessarily in that particular order.
Yeah, absolutely. So you go forward and you find what you were looking for, a large, gaudy sort of building space, taking up more of the sort of designated lots than a majority of the other, shops and restaurants and the like around. It seems to be made out of, obviously made out of a similar steel-like construction. Gaudy. No gods involved. Just space. Seems to be, the facade is a faux sort of stone brickwork that seems to be made and manufactured out of the same materials as the rest of the stuff, which is, largely a sort of steel-like construction. Large sort of brass, almost gargoyles and various things on the front, as well as a large, flat brass train on a large sign that says Olive Branch Station in a very flowery font.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and as you push on inward, you look into the very clean, very pristine lobby and see one receptionist, a human woman, probably early mid-20s, dark hair, cut relatively short and put into a bun, sitting behind the desk, tapping away at some terminal.
Head up to the desk. I got a message delivery for Captain Yvonne.
Oh, yes, we absolutely. What should I send the message up to him, or is this something that needs to be delivered in hand? Gonna have to sign for it. Very good. Well, I can give him a call and tell him to come down if you have a minute.
Whatever works quick for you.
Great. She reaches into the buzzer and, this is reception to Captain Yvonne. Please come on down to the lobby. There is somebody here with a message for you that you must sign for. Feel free to wait. There are couches. There's a water cooler in the corner if you need anything.
Thank you.
So you go over to sit on one of the couches, possibly get some water if you like. You notice another one of the very short blackouts. It seems like there have been a handful during, various conversation and discussion as you were all walking around and things. It seems like they're getting a little bit more frequent. So as you sit here and wait for probably around 3 minutes, you notice what looks to be a tall, dark-haired, later middle-aged, strong cheekbones and strong jawline, holding themselves with the sort of bravado of somebody currently serving in what they perceive as a military career, step out of one of the elevators and walk towards you. They're wearing the very standard, almost regalia that you would expect of a state-sanctioned Pavaran Empire pilot or captain. Very, very clean, strong shoulder pads, very sharp cut, a lot of very straight sort of Art Deco lines along the whole thing. Looks to be red with a very sort of soft rose gold trim. Yes, you have something for me to sign for?
Yeah, I do. You let some kind of monster loose in the cargo hold from your ship, and it's killing people and running amok all over the station. And unless you want security to be all up your ass about it, you're going to tell me everything about it, and you're going to pay me.
Captain Yvain is going to look very quickly over at the receptionist desk and notice that it does not seem like she is paying attention. These are some mighty accusations. Please come up to my room while we discuss this, yes?
I want to read a bad situation. I feel like he's setting me up.
Absolutely. Go ahead and give it a read.
Very nice.
That is going to be an 11 with sharp.
Absolutely. So you get to ask a great deal many questions. 3 total, as it were. What is my best way in? What is my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What is the biggest threat? What is most vulnerable to me? And what is the best way to protect the victims? And if you have something a little different that you want to ask, then that would be acceptable.
I need to know the best way out, the unseen danger, and the best way to protect the victims.
Best way out, as you continue to go upwards, it seems like the best way out if anything goes wrong is you know that the doors are consistently unlocked from the inside here, so you can relatively easily just bolt it out of the room if need be. Unseen dangers. Nothing new. It seems like this person is concerned, but as much as anything else, they are not only concerned about the accusations that you are putting forward, but also the sort of information. It seems like they are at the very least a little bit surprised about all of the things that you have said. And as far as, what was your final one again?
The way to protect the innocents. The protection one at the end. The last.
Of course, the way to protect people. The best way to protect people would be to get this information as quickly as possible. And get back to not only your compatriots, but probably, as far as you can tell, inform station security, however as an investigator proper, that it makes sense to get this information before you talk to station security and tell them the details of what's going on, because you want to make sure that you're not wrong.
That's precisely why I'm here first.
Absolutely. Please, as you are, piling into the elevator and it starts to go upward, I am on the 3rd floor.
Mm-hmm.
I was aware that the cargo that we were bringing was definitively strange, but I didn't know the specifics, as far as I could tell. We picked it up on a small trading outpost, not properly settled or civilized planet, but somewhere with a mining station that had sort of been retrofitted into a trading outpost after most of the mines ran dry over there. We were contacted by somebody saying that we had a package that could be delivered and we had room in our ship to bring it. We were not told what was inside. We were simply told that it was to be left here and somebody would be picking it up. They paid us very, very handsomely to make sure that we didn't necessarily inform anybody of more than was necessary, but I feel like if people are dying, then it is most certainly necessary.
If it's not their ass, it's yours.
Absolutely.
You wouldn't want to muck up that fancy career of yours with something like this, would you?
No, absolutely not. I have admittedly been demoted in recent time due to actions I took in as a captain in the Armada. So now I'm stuck running freight for a period of time.
Well, let's get this straightened out, and you don't have to worry about it falling back on that name of yours.
Absolutely. You said I would have to pay you. Do you have a standard going rate? It seems like you're very good at this kind of extortion.
Yeah, I do have a standard going rate. For something like this, we've got a dead body involved. It's going to cost you at least $5,000. More if bodies keep popping up, or if you're slow.
Go ahead and make another manipulate someone check.
Uh-oh. That is still going to be an 8 because I have excellent charm.
Very good. So an 8 being a mixed success. I tell you what. I will not be leaving this station in the next few days. So if you can get this situation dealt with, I will happily pay you once it is done. The full 5,000 standard credits. Yes? Need some time to get it together and get it transitioned into local currency anyway.
Good enough.
If there's
You don't seem like
any...
he's trying to go back on his word.
I come from a place of honor.
That's what I thought. Now tell me about this critter so that I can deal with it. Or better yet, take a walk with me.
I could take a walk. I
There's a
could
great
take a
little
walk.
private bar. It's closed right now. They'll let us in. It's called Domat's.
I could go for a drink, having learned that I may be responsible for civilian deaths on this station.
Come on.
Very good.
We'll go
So
out
as you
back.
continue to... Yeah, as you continue to go back and walk towards Dolmatz, you notice another very brief power outage go through. And as you continue to walk through the streets of the promenade...
That's your critter's handiwork, my friend.
Do we have the power outage in Dolmatz as well?
Yes, it seems to match up.
Okay.
At the very least, it is on the entirety of the recreational and commercial district.
I send the group chat the OMW message.
Great. So you continue to walk through. You see, Christian, you are muted currently.
So how long have we been waiting at this point, or should we just assume real time?
I think we can assume real time.
Great.
Maybe it'll be about right.
Got it.
Yeah. Just sitting
Oh
there.
shit! The power went out. Oh shit! Shit!
Yeah. Ed notices. It looks like there are various maintenance and engineering personnel kind of scrambling to various points, trying to figure out exactly what's going on, dealing with situations as they arise, crawling in and out of the ducts.
Okay,
and then
we gotta tell someone.
in relatively short order, as you are saying this, you hear the front door open.
Oh my god! There you are. Okay, look, we gotta tell someone.
First, let's have a little listen. Captain Yvain, I want you to tell us all about that critter you brought from the mining colony.
We were not aware of the exact nature of the creature. We knew that there was some cargo that we were paid very handsomely for that was to be brought here and left for pickup. We noticed it seemed like just about any time anyone tried to interface with the cargo up until the point in which we were removing it, and even at that point, bringing it into the docking bay. It gave me a nasty shock. Let me put it that way.
I'm
tracks.
sorry. You mean you got an electric pulse from it?
Correct. On contact with the box when I was inspecting the cargo, as I am wont to do. I am a captain. I like to know what is on and off of my ship. It definitively electrocuted me. Yes. And that is going to be the clue that we currently have in the store being used.
Woohoo!
And you just thought, like, I guess no big deal. I'll just bring out a space station, with people, and not tell anyone what it is. You know, God forbid someone dies.
We did not assume that it would be some sort of weapon or something to cause havoc. This entire station is protected by an overlaying web of countless defensive treaties. If anybody, any organization was to attempt to cause harm to it, they would, I believe as the saying goes, be up Schitt's Creek without a paddle, as it were.
Yeah, that's all the, like, on the outside, like, protection. You brought it inside. You just open that door, just like the gates of Troy.
So what do we do about it?
We figured, I don't know. As far as I could figure, the worst possible thing was that it would be, I don't know, running weapons to a rebel group somewhere outside of Pavaran territory, or possibly a contraband power generator that might be a little too dangerous to be used officially and legally. We knew it was something sketchy, but we didn't know that it was going to be something like this.
You're my kind of scum, Captain.
You're
Thank
a
you.
really good captain. Like, top notch.
So what
I
do we-
can't tell through the tears whether or not you're being sarcastic. Yes, handsome man?
I'm sorry. So what do we know now that we didn't know before you got here?
I don't know if you didn't know it, but all I know is that it electrocuted me.
But you
Oh.
had a box that contained it. And how did that contain it? Exactly.
As far as we could tell, at least on the outside, it was just a metal box. No mechanical, no electronic mechanism for the lock. It was purely mechanical, all totally like a lever with a latch.
So where's the box?
Well, we left it in Cargo Bay 5.
And I had a message, a repair message here that the box is damaged.
Okay,
presumably.
so find out where the box is then.
Fancy smuggler like you to scan the materials, find out what that box was made of first?
Couldn't get anything out of it, most likely lead lined. Whoever gave this to us knew what they were doing.
Okay, I think we have to kill it.
Okay.
I would imagine if we are going to save any more lives, it is either going to be killing it or recapturing it. Yes.
Okay, I think we try to capture it, and then if that goes poorly, we have a plan to kill it.
Of course. What information do you have, just so that everything is on the table? I apologize, bartender. Could I get a whiskey on rocks? And at this point, Dolmat is going to stare at him for a solid like half a second, and then go and do it and nod.
I'll take a bourbon.
Really?
Yes.
You gave us information. We already know that it electrocutes. It ate through the wires, which almost killed Carmichael. But I don't think that was malicious. I don't think that was on purpose necessarily, unless you do, Carmichael.
Why would I think that?
I don't know. I'm open to all possibilities.
That would make sense. It would be if it is.
What is the reason not to call station security?
No, I think we should. I'm in. Let's call him.
I'm asking Cash.
I think you should call and report your dead friend. I think you should call and send that picture that you found of that monster. But I think that's about as much as you should tell him.
That seems like everything.
And why are you acting like that? That is.
Personally, I don't mind not being implicated. Doesn't mind for me. It doesn't bother me at all.
I'm gonna instantly pull up my phone, and I'm gonna send a message to station security that I found a dead body in, Airway 5 or whatever it was, and then I'm gonna send them a picture of a creature and that I escaped, but this is what I saw, and we have to do something about it.
Oh, can I take a look at the wounds that you found? I apologize. I wasn't trying to look, but you said that you thank you.
I pull the phone up and show it to them.
Interesting. That would explain where the shock came from if it's alive. If it is indeed chewing on the power cables and presumably eating it, if it's it wouldn't have to go through all of the trouble of generating electricity if it simply stores it in the body and uses it directly for its various things. I mean, these are burns, presumably based on the shock. So
the way you kill electricity is to stop the source. But we can't just turn off the station.
Presumably, the beast functions like a battery. If it is able to directly sort of almost regurgitate this electrical shock into your friend and into me, even through the box.
Bait.
Yeah, about that. Once we figure out where it is, we can find a way to lock it down a little bit. At least
bait. We can make it a certain place.
Well,
exactly. Basically, lock it in a quadrant, turn off all the power in that quadrant except for one of the generator rooms. That'll be the only hot place it'll go to, right?
Yes, and Carmichael, if I can do a reading of the entire ship because I do maintenance, and I can see where we've had spikes of electricity, that are unusual because that would be where it's going or where it is.
Great.
And I know Jenny down in the engineers. I can have her shut off most of the power as part of the repair process. and only have one of those generator rooms on.
Cool, I can do that too.
And I can teach the monster down-facing dog. This will be... Sounds like we all have our jobs, ladies and gentlemen.
I was figuring you could haul the box.
You want me to be the mule?
Well, I can't carry it. Look at
I'll
me.
give you a hand,
I'm
Carmichael.
overweight,
I'm just saying, I can see
John,
that.
kidney problems.
Great, I'm a pallet jack. That's fantastic. You couldn't actually get a pallet jack.
Carmichael, I will give you a hand. It is the least I can do.
Oh no, I'm going to get them a pallet jack.
I guess I'll stay here with your friend behind the bar. Hello, by the way.
Are we all splitting up again? All right, I'll see you all later.
Before we do this,
no.
what is
We should stay together.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on splitting up at all. I can do my report right here.
Yeah, you can call from here, and if we need to split up, I'll stay with you, Carmichael. I'd
so
rather be.
you are planning on containing it and trapping it, or are we killing the thing?
I don't know if we can kill it, but I know you can put it in the box.
I mean, it's if it functions like an electrical battery, how presumably the box didn't hold it if it got out and started
It busted out.
havoc. How would we
We drop
how do we drain an electrical battery?
What was that, Carmichael?
Drop it in some water. Let it short itself out.
That's brilliant.
That could work.
Just got to get it into one of the bathrooms, I guess. Maybe pool area.
That's how you pick our generator. Pick one near a good water source.
This is good. Well, we've
Great. I'm gonna run a scan, Ethan, of the ship for weird power surges, so I can see where it is and where it is closest to. Like, I assume there's more than one pool. This is a giant space station.
it's
like,
very big, yeah.
There's got to be so where one is close to it, so we can start taking power down to send it towards where we want it to go.
Of course.
Because I like Carmichael's idea of water. That's brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you continue, you open up your map, start looking through the reports. You can tell that it seems like it is slowly but consistently making its way slower and slower to the core. It's now in closer to the center where a lot of the more permanent residences are.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be that is where the last report is. It would probably take you around 20 to 15 minutes, depending on traffic, if you catch some sort of lift or one of the tram systems to get over by where it last was seen. But you would know that in those residential areas, there are actually, since there are sort of school type situations for, fucking kindergarten through college, there does seem to be various pools dotted intermittently throughout. Not too many, but a handful. For aerobics.
And I've cleaned some of those pools.
Oh yeah, both of you have actually, Juliet and Carmichael. Is that where your background budded?
Could be.
And the reason you had to clean some of those pools.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Lonely ladies like pool boys. I learned.
I am not lonely all the time.
I wasn't talking about you.
Oh,
I meant the ladies that live in the pool houses.
right.
Madam Darby, I find space is a very lonely place, and there is no shame in getting lonely every now and again.
Thank you.
My grandmother liked to hang out down by those pools.
Liked to? Presumably she is dead, I
Oh,
would
yeah.
imagine from how you are speaking it. Well, time to put death by those pools to good use, yes?
Absolutely. Oh, I know who's out of town. We've got the families. They're the rich family. The colonel and his wife are off station for
The Sanderses.
yeah. The Sanderses.
Colonel
Yes.
Sanders. Yeah, I know him. Yeah.
I have had some encounters with this, I believe, Colonel Sanders. Fantastic military leader.
I just don't like the Sanders, but I know that they're off station right now.
Oh, and they're very rich, so they may have a private pool, yes?
That's what I was thinking.
Possibly easier to keep other people away from. Keep collateral damage down to a minimum.
100%.
Yeah, those Sanderses. The colonel paid me to recover some stolen secret recipe some time ago.
Did he ever get all of them back, or does he still only have the 10? Like, I'm sorry.
Good. So, Juliet, Ed, even Carmichael, I believe you have some business to get to.
Let's do it.
You have a plan.
Yep.
I'm just gonna like be on the pad, and like when I get the go signal, I'll be turning off power, trying to like move him towards, but the creature, I shouldn't say him, move creature towards where we need them to be.
Of course. You are, of course, the most important and the top level sanitation technician on this entire station. But even you do not have that kind of access.
Oh, well.
That's going to require a lot of power rerouting and a lot of displacement. So you can try and come up with a way to make it happen, but it's going to take some work.
I'm really sorry, but a Kentucky Fried Chicken commercial just came on. I'm really sorry.
I can help her out with this. Because of my Naked City contacts of engineers, I can make an investigation at a +1 bonus, and I want to do so to get her the information she needs to proceed with the plan.
Also, we have a solution in the store.
We have two solutions in the store.
Oh, even better.
So yeah, you can go ahead and make an investigate a mystery roll to see if you can pick up that specific information.
Six.
6. That is in fact going to be just shy of any kind of success. Let's go through and pour. You go and you ask the various people, but not even your contacts run that high up the ladder.
I think it's definitely time to use one of those solutions, guys.
Could I, with my Carmichael?
What
You?
your Carmichael, Juliet, tell me.
Wait, what?
What could you do with your Carmichael, Juliet? Tell me.
I think we've already explored that option. Anyway, whoop, memories. Okay, Carmichael, you know everyone that there is to know on this station.
Oh no, I don't know a lot of the nasty people, but Cash does.
I know all the nasty people.
Right. But my point is that while some people seem to be oblivious of your business, there are a lot of top level people with
I
which
have a
you have.
special friend in engineering. We might be able to see if they can run some tests today.
I mean, like maybe you could just like offer.
I'll give her a call right now.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely.
What
So,
is your first name?
You don't remember her first name? I mean, you remember my first name.
All right, somebody in chat, give me a first name. Whoever's first wins. They get to name her.
I
Don't
love
beef
this.
it. Don't beef it.
Don't beef it.
Give me some good. Bob. Her name's Bob.
It's beef.
It's a little beefed. Her name's Bob. It's,
Her name should be Bobby.
Bobby
Yeah, that's a good
Throckmorton.
name.
And I'm going to take Throckmorton from the Aaron Williams and Bob from Merkworky, and that will be her first and last name.
There we go.
Bobby Throckmorton.
Bobby. Yeah.
Let me write that down.
There's a small I completely missed the fact that you wanted a female name. We're going with it, Mark.
No, it doesn't matter. Bobby totally works. We're in space. It's the 20XX. It's
It's not the first frontier.
It's not the first, and it won't be the last. Damn it!
It's the penultimate frontier.
No, it's the very last one. They said
That's true. They did say that. So you call up your friend
Oh, it's not
Bobby
that.
Throckmorton.
Bobby Throckmorton. Wow. It's a really attractive name.
It's a strong name.
Okay, I give her a ring.
Hello,
Robert.
Carmichael. Hello.
How are you doing?
Doing fine. Dealing with all of this shite with the power fluctuations.
Yeah, so
I'm getting a lot of weird damage. It's almost like there's giant rats in everywhere.
So it's pretty close to that.
Pretty close, eh?
Yeah, apparently something escaped from a freighter ship and got loose and eats electricity and is murdering people. And I need some help to get people not killed.
What are you looking for? Before I say yes or before I say no?
Little access to the grid from a technician who's more than qualified to use it.
I am qualified, but I need I
Right,
still
but
need permission to run something. What are you looking for exactly? What are you trying to pull off?
Kind of a heat trail kind of thing.
Okay.
Somewhere. We got to get rid of it. We got to contain it before it, sucks all the power and gets to the core.
Right, no, of course. And I am absolutely down, but I'll need to get I still will need permission from my senior officer. However, it's a little busy right now trying to direct this whole thing, so it might take a while.
That's why I'm using my solution. You're my solution. I don't have a while. I'm not going to say you owe me.
No, of course. Of course. Right. So we're using one of the solutions in the game incentives, taking that right on out of there.
Nice.
Okay, I know you got me out of a lot of trouble.
It says you can help me.
I absolutely will help you. But after this, we are square. Okay, Carmichael? We're still friends. We're still
Absolutely.
maybe spicy friends if you want. But after this, we are square. Okay, Carmichael?
Yes. 100% square. Unless you need me round.
All right. What exactly are we doing and where exactly are we sending it? I will get this done immediately.
All right. Let me put you on the line with our technician, who's kind of the mastermind behind this whole operation.
Of course. Okay. But if I get fired or demoted, you better have a good apology ready.
Oh, you won't get fired or demoted. That's what plausible deniability is all about, my dear. You've got an emergency that you're dealing with that is not related in any way to these other small power outages that seem very controlled as part of a normal test procedure.
Okay.
You got a fish to fry with this thing that you don't know what it is that your boss is having you deal with, right?
Right. Yes. That's true. Somebody's
Got to pass it off to one of the lower technicians anyway. She's the only one available right now, especially rated for this type of equipment.
Talking to Juliet?
Yeah.
Tell Juliet hi. I wish her well. Ask her how her mother is.
Oh.
Bob says hi.
Oh, hi, Bobby.
Hello. Okay, so what exactly are we looking for? I need specifics. If I'm going to be leading a heat trail or something, I'm going to need to know where we're taking
you're
it.
You're looking for weird power surges where there shouldn't be. A quick...
She knows that. She wants to know the trail we want to leave.
Yeah, where is it going?
Oh.
We've got it all up on the map for you.
Yeah, it's on the map. There's apparently there's a pool that's like super not used by anyone.
You're taking it to the Colonel's house?
Yeah.
Is it the Colonel's house?
Yes.
You know what?
I am going to pretend that I don't know and it's totally unrelated because that is how plausible deniability works.
Here's the thing. They're on vacation.
They're on vacation. Before they get back, I got to make sure that everything's in working order with all of this special stuff going around. Otherwise, the colonel would surely raise hell. Okay, so I'm
Right,
bringing
and
it
all
to
I'm
the
saying is
colonels.
like we could totally use his pool, and I promise I will clean it really well. They'll never know we were there.
I have a key to the guest door for the servants.
Aye, very good.
Oh, that's helpful.
Okay, so presumably this thing is traveling through the ducts based on the fact that there are wires chewed in through that entire quadrant of the station.
Yeah, it's going to go to the core and probably suck it dry.
Unless someone left a trail for it, like breadcrumbs.
Okay, I'm going to okay, lowering some shielding various ways in the way, looking at the most recent thing, making a trail to the colonels, and I'm going to lower. Nobody's in the colonel's house, right? Nobody? Yes?
There's probably the butler's there, I would imagine. Housekeeper, maybe?
Okay, you go now. I'll get it there. I'm lowering the shielding. It'll follow the trail of completely unprotected wires straight to the colonels, where they'll be the motherlode of their personal generator.
Perfect.
So, Carmichael.
Good luck. I've got work to do.
Bye, Bob.
Bye, Bobby.
You sound great.
Thank you. Beep.
Are you hitting on her?
Yeah, usually.
That's true. Anyway,
Presumably this is on the go.
Yeah, we're moving.
we're moving, talking and moving. Quick question, because I'm sorry. How do we get it into the pool?
What do you mean?
Well, we're gonna get it to the pool. How do we get it in the pool?
You are 100% right.
If I had a natural enemy of water and I saw it, I wouldn't go near it.
Well, it looks like we'll have to find a way to force it in there, yes?
I was just going to go with a big gun.
Also a possibility. They've got a big kitchen. We'll stop while we're there. We can find something to work with.
Absolutely.
Keep moving.
Okay.
So you call one of the rapid station transits, hop on board, head directly to the colonel's house. It is large and gaudy and opulent. It's got a sort of falsified sky above the entire place and the outdoor pool, as well as various trees, very expensive to import and maintain on the station. It's almost a manor of sorts. Seems like they paid a lot of money to get this. You see a large, very, very clean pool, and the various
Thank you.
handful of
Very much.
maintenance shafts going above,
Yeah.
as well as
Nice, right?
coming in the side back entrance. And you find yourself on the grounds. What would you like to do?
Oh, go up to the servant's entrance and give it the old knockaroo. Secret knock.
Oh, absolutely. The butler, an older gentleman, very, very tall, almost definitely human, almost 7 feet, completely bald, pretty old, opens the door, nods, and motions you all in.
I follow him in.
Great, yeah. You enter. You have free reign of the house now. It's just
All right. First thing I do is I run to the kitchen and grab some big rubber gloves that they used to
Right.
be prior with. And then
absolutely.
I arm myself with the pool stick. The pool cleaning brush thing, with
No,
the
of
net.
course. The little pool net. You
Yeah.
have the brush. You have rubber gloves. Ed Cash, Julia Darby, you doing anything particular?
Getting set near the pool. Covering the angle, seeing which way I think it's going to come in from.
Even
you're-
the house and the trees.
Yeah. Your best guess is that it would have to, since the it looks like you do a bit of investigating. It looks like the private generator is totally unlinked to the rest of the various systems of this station. Your best guess would be that it would have to come down from one of the various maintenance shafts up above the house or the pool.
All right, I'm thinking it's going to come from the house, so it's going to avoid the water.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I'll cover that one.
Absolutely. Just for reference, Captain Evane is going to also smartly put on big rubber gloves, reach back into their seemingly very tight jacket, pull out the hilt of a sword, click something, and almost a spring-loaded blade will pop out.
Oh,
Nice.
Well, I simply don't leave the ship without one.
That is slick. Where did you get those? Are those legal?
Well, they sure better be. They're pretty much standard issue for all captains under the fleet of the Empire.
Yeah, I could.
Personal dockside weapons.
You ever want to get rid of it, I can get you a good price for it.
Really? Yeah, no, I want one of those.
If I get rid of it, I will certainly lose all of my chances of ever being accepted back into the actual military proper. I have dreams of being a battle captain again. It is a symbol of office.
Oh, so I'd have to become a captain.
You'd have to become a captain or kill a captain or find one on the black market that wouldn't be mine.
Where am I going to find a captain on the black market?
Hey,
There's not much slave trade on the station, but it's around.
That's disgusting.
Merkworky asks, is it one of those folding blades like Corvo uses? Yeah, it's pretty close. Pretty close. I do love me some Dishonor.
Really, really want one.
yeah, no, I love
this
that.
is over. I'll see what I can do for you, Carmichael.
Absolutely. Ed Cash is staking it out. Juliet Darby, what would you like to do?
First, I am definitely not stealing food from the kitchen that I followed Carmichael into.
You definitely don't steal it, but it looks like whatever was previously in the fridge, the pantry and all, it probably was pretty good when it was there.
It probably was. I mean, we'll find out later. Who knows?
Captain Evane looks at you with just a hint of disgust. Just a little bit. Very small amount.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Captain, who gets fed regularly, unlike some of us.
Fair enough.
I'm still trying to figure out how to get it into the pool. We've got the gun thing. I feel in my heart, I feel like we need like a
diet is to your health, right?
Yeah.
You should eat.
Yeah, I just don't always have the money.
Energy.
Yeah, I just on my salary I just get the meat bars.
Yeah. You get basic access to the basic food synthesizers. They can process most basic things and put them together, fats, carbohydrates, proteins. They can fake it.
Ethan, that means I only process things that taste like shit.
Damn right. So, you are trying to figure out how to get something into the pool.
Well,
if you don't have any ideas, we do have one solution left.
How we get it into the pool, but I feel like
let's use that one solution. We're running short on time.
Yeah, I'd like to use that one solution. I mean, my first solution was to take that sword and make it an electric sword and shove it in the middle of the pool and have it go towards it. But apparently that's
good idea. Captain Evane will absolutely not give it up, so you would have to steal it. And,
right, exactly.
He looks like a severe man. So you come up with a relatively clear idea. Your best guess would be you have access right now, especially since you've got your friend Bobby on the call right now, who you can easily reach. You could probably get her to lock out all but the one singular hatch straight above the pool for it to have to drop down.
Perfect. Let's do that.
I love that. That's great. Thank you, chat, for the solution.
Good solution.
You guys have been awesome tonight.
Oh, yeah. You guys are great. Absolutely.
Very much so.
Y'all are delightful. So.
Let's do this.
Yeah. You have a solid minute left of just shoring up your preparations, looking at each other with uneasy eyes. And
at this point, I'm wearing like hockey gloves over the rubber gloves. I got the apron on. And then, of course, spandex shorts. Because
of course.
I got my magnum and a pool chair handy.
Of course. I love it.
I have a laser pistol back in my quarters.
It's true.
I have
Don't
a
keep it on
pistol.
you.
It's only for angry husbands and only to threaten them with. There's not even an E-clip in it.
Yeah. I haven't
have a
been able to
pistol.
get a... You have a pistol. Beautiful. Okay, a little space gun. So after the last minute of shoring up your preparations, looking at each other, realizing how dour this situation might be, this beast has killed at least one person and very well may have killed more. You can't be sure.
Yeah.
You get one final message on the call before everything goes gangbusters, as it were. She's here. Good luck.
Thanks, Bob.
She said
And she hangs up, and you see, just busting out, completely thrown downward, straight into the pool, this hatch on the maintenance shaft. And you see, much like what you saw before, Maggie, one scaled, uneven polyp just sort of stick down and attach to the underside of the maintenance shaft.
Oh.
And then 4 others follow suit. As this large, as it
4?
comes into Lytton view, at least 4 others. So you see 5 currently. As this, by your guess, based on what you know of the hatches, Juliet, probably 4-foot diameter, beige, alligator-scaled, meatball textured orb slowly lowers itself down right below the hatch, covered in various other tendrils just attaching.
Beautiful.
Ugh.
It stops for a moment.
It's hanging
You
over
can see it is hanging over the pool currently, and you can, as you get a better look at it, it's probably around 40 feet up right now. It doesn't seem to have any eyes or other sensory organs on the exterior of its body. Doesn't seem to be secreting any sort of mucus. Your best guess is that it is clinging onto the walls of this station through electroadhesion, much like magnetism, but it can stick to a lot more things. And one solid 8-inch wide, almost completely, no nostrils, no anything, just completely symmetrical alligator type jaw hanging straight down, pointed towards the water.
Huh.
And it is sitting there, considering.
Just considering, huh?
Seems to be.
Time to make it move. This is what a magnum's for.
To right. Go ahead and roll me. Kick some ass. Give me that plus tough. Take a shot.
So just a straight roll in this case.
Fair enough.
That's still going to be a 7.
7 is going to be.
Typically, I'm aiming for one of those adhesive tentacles holding it up. I'm trying to get it to drop down into the pool.
Of course. You go in for the shot. Where exactly are you in relation to the pool?
I am at the edge of the pool.
Great. So as you go to take this shot, you take the shot. It lands totally clear. You smack it directly. How much harm does that do?
3 for the magnum.
Great. Let me harm tracker.
Yep, I'm at the edge of the pool, hanging onto a pool chair with my magnum in my other hand.
Absolutely. Go to take the shot in the polyp. It seems to start to drop, and it droops a little bit as the 3 other ones slowly start to just pull away. It seems like when they're not adhering to something or moving, they go completely limp and point straight downward. On the one last adhered polyp, it seems to go to, with your mixed success, it is going to do something in return. It sort of swings just a bit before letting go and hurtles directly towards you. As you move to get out of the way, one of the other polyps sort of lashes out, seems to grab straight onto the arm, and it attempts to pull you back into the pool. It is only the one, and you are relatively easily able to kick it off, but you are going to take a total of 3 harm as this surge of electricity
Damn.
starts to make all of the muscles in your body start to
As long as I
convulse.
can take the chair with me, I'm okay going into the pool with it.
Absolutely. You've got the chair.
Yep.
And you start to dip into the pool. Now, this is going to go, since you are in the pool currently, a little bit worse for you,
Yeah,
as you are going to take
What are you
an
doing?
additional... you are going to take an additional 2 harm.
You did not
Are you
understand.
dead?
He's not dead yet. I think players can suffer 7 harm before they die. This thing, as it falls into the water, starts to just give off its stored electricity. There is a lot of water and not a lot of you, so you're not going to take the brunt of it in any way. But you're still going to take the 2 extra electrical damage as Carmichael, Juliet Darby, and Captain Yvain all just watch the static discharge start to rock out of this scaled polyped meatball. Who would like to go next?
I would.
What you gonna do?
The ones that are are they just dropping on people, or what is their MO of attack here? What's going on?
You've only seen it do the one thing. It seems like it grabbed onto Ed Cash and pulled it into the pool, and then gave off a very large amount of its electricity as it fell into
I'm going to pull Ed Cash out of the pool before he dies.
Great, yeah. The thing no longer seems to be able to hold any grip onto Ed Cash. So go ahead and make me a... I'm going to give you +1 forward to this, since you put on the rubber gloves beforehand. This is going to be an act under...
I'm taking him out with a pool.
Great, then that's still going to be the +1, because you got that extra dissonance from the electricity. This is going to be an act under pressure roll with the additional +1 forward.
Is that cool?
Yes.
7.
7. It's going to be a mixed success. So you are able to pull him out, but you notice the arcs sort of start to jump up, which you realize is definitely a metal frame of this thing under a very mild sort of plastic covering. And you are shocked for 2 damage as they arc up and into your body, jumping almost straight over the gloves, going towards your arms.
Yeah, I only take 1 from it, so that's good.
Great. That is what you do with your action. Juliet Darby, what would you like to do?
Just so I'm clear, 1 has fallen into the pool, but we still have 4 on the ceiling?
No, there is 1 creature. It has it was holding on with 5. It used 1 holding on a bit late to swing into Ed Cash.
Great.
So the entire thing is down in the pool. And so far it has been shot.
Oh, great. I'm going to grab the toaster from the kitchen and put it in the pool.
I'm going to give that to you.
Are Carmichael and Ed both in the pool?
No, they're both out of the pool.
Both out of the pool. So I'm just going to put some electricity into the pool. I don't even need to get the toaster. My sonic multi-tool.
The electricity feeding it? Well, I'm not sure that's the best idea there.
Oh, right, because it's a...
I
see what you're saying.
There's the
discharge electricity, not acquire more.
Right, I
Just
see what you're
currently
saying.
losing a bunch.
It's cool. I'm super good at science.
Y'all good.
I guess I'll... Oh, God, Christian. He's like, make a decision, Maggie.
You could do it. I believe in you.
We can do this. It's not BattleTech.
Oh,
yeah.
That's
I'm
true.
sensing some deep cuts over here.
We just have to keep it in that pool.
We just have to keep it in the pool.
Indeed.
I'm going to shoot it for now. I'll think of something cooler to do in a second.
Great, yeah.
I have a pistol.
Absolutely. Make a kick some ass roll and tell me how much damage you do.
My kick some ass is a 5, so it's a fail.
That is a failure. You go to raise your gun, and as this thing lashes and writhes about...
I'm still very nervous. Oliver's still in my brain. I'm like seeing the thing that killed Oliver. It's very emotional.
Yeah, this thing super murked your friend, you know?
Yeah, I'm.
And as this thing is writhing, almost spinning, because all of the various, it looks like definitely more than 15, probably less than 25 various tendrils on this thing are just sort of wiggling and writhing as they are losing control of the electrical impulses. You see the mouth on this thing just sort of open, and a solid bolt of electricity, a consistent stream starts to go, and it rolls over, continuously spinning, and it catches you across the chest, and you immediately start, all of your musculature locks up, and you are going to take 3 harm as you are struck.
Who?
No, Juliet.
Oh,
Excuse me, I pointed right in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Probably couldn't even tell. This thing's so damn grainy.
you take it.
Nobody knows who you're pointing at.
Oh my God, 3 harm. Okay.
Wait, no. This one, I believe. Is this correct?
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
know, but I have marked 3 harm.
You marked 3 harm. That is how many you have taken. So, Ed, got anything good to do?
Well, I'm assuming this thing's going to try and get out of the pool as quickly as it can, because that's really screwing it up. And I can't have that happen. So as I'm being held up by this pool stick and still holding onto this chair, when it makes a break for it, I'm diving with the chair to shove it back down into the pool.
Okay. Gonna be a
Are you really
yeah,
jumping
absolutely.
back in the pool?
No, this is great. Make a fucking kick some ass roll. I love this. I love
Trying to
this
get
so
out.
much.
I got a plan that doesn't involve anybody being fucking stupid.
You can do it too. So hopefully one of us will work.
Oh my
I can't
goodness.
count on that working. And you can't count on this working.
It's the point where I remind everybody that luck points have 2 uses. One, because you all have them in the game. 1, you can turn any roll into a 12, so that's an automatic full success. And 2, you can use it to just soak any damage you take at once. I'm going to put this forward for Ed. What do we get?
Again, I got another 7 on kick some ass, if that's what I'm using.
Yeah.
Higher if I get to use anything else but tough.
Unfortunately not. This is manhandling it. So you're going to be able to keep it in the pool, and it will continue to lose energy. And as you do this, you can see that it is starting to actively flail just a little bit less. The arcs of current are starting to calm down a bit. It seems like it is not doing well in the pool.
One more from my buddy Carmichael, and that thing's going to be out of juice.
That's probably true. You're going to take another 3 damage and I believe die unless you
Well,
go
I have
on ahead and use a luck.
die, so I can't die while I have an open case.
Okay. How does that react with being dropped to 0 hit points?
All damage is postponed until I've completed my case.
Okay, so you don't take the damage. All right. I love it.
Ed endures.
It endures.
They're
Great.
standing on end.
And this is currently your case. You are getting paid to deal with it.
It's true.
Yeah, I love it. You can see Ed's skeleton every now and then.
So
Carmichael, what's up?
Are you holding the body down with a chair in the pool?
I'm holding whatever part tried to get out with the chair. You'll have to hold out.
I mean, the whole thing's trying to drag it out. So you've just got the orb.
No, I'm
pushed.
snapping off the end of the net. And
Okay.
just having the steel stick into the middle of the thing to stick it as far down as I can, and hammer it like a nail down into the pool, using my immense physical strength.
Yeah.
I would like to assist him with this action.
Yeah. Okay, Juliet, you can go ahead.
I would
and
like to
take
use my
the
power
help.
of heart ability.
What does that do?
If I help someone, they automatically succeed.
Great. You have to roll help out though, I believe, to make sure that works.
And I still have to roll my kick some ass, right?
Yeah, just in case.
That, my friends, is a 10.
So that's a 10.
So I succeeded my power of heart to make him automatically succeed.
And you saved Carm. Oh wait, that was a 6 for the weird explosion dice.
No,
It's
no,
fancy, I just didn't-
his fancy sign
yeah.
is the
It's a 6 for the weird explosion dice.
Yeah.
Cool. Great. So I'm since you got the full success help as well as the full success on the attack, as Ed is jumping into the pool, just wrestling this thing down with this big old poolside chair, jumping out of nowhere. Carmichael jumps as far. The way I see this, the camera is currently slightly above and behind the beast in the water. As water splashes over, it's just Ed.
I've physically leapt into frame.
Yeah, you have physically leapt into frame.
With a big spear.
Yeah, as the camera pulls back, and you drive this spear that you've made into the head of this thing, and then immediately, Juliet reaches up to her PDA, pushes a button, and then you all notice as soon as it happens that the base of the pool becomes magnetized.
What can I say? I'm good at cleaning pools. That was bad. That was bad tagline. Like I was just trying to do like a one-liner. Like okay. Hold on. Can I have take 2? Can we?
That's a perfect one-liner for Monday.
So, as this thing,
pool,
as this thing lays completely still in the pool with the big rod not only stuck in but currently magnetized to the bottom, so it's a lot harder to pull out. That's okay. That's pretty good.
Sorry.
It's good.
I worked over 50 hours this week. I have no brain. I'm allowed to be 12.
No, you're good. As you all sort of the two of you get out of the pool, brush yourselves off, reeking of chlorine. You can see Captain Yvain just sort of sitting there as Juliet Darby looks triumphantly at her fine work as this thing continues to writhe just for a bit and then continues to try and pull itself out until it's finally completely still. Captain Yvain just sort of looks at the
point to
I think we've gotten to the bottom of the case. And then Edcast drops dead.
That's what I spend the luck point to ignore that last set of harm that was done to me and just fall over unconscious instead.
Very nice, James.
That one took a lot of punishment. Good job, everybody. I figured I'd just be getting in the way or also might die.
Does anybody know what that is?
No. Ethan, I'm so sorry. In the rigmarole, are you our bat friend or are you our colonel friend?
This is Captain Yvain, the captain of the ship that brought the monster. The bat friend is staying at the bar because this is not her problem.
Hey, Cap. Hey.
Yes.
So not to be a total bummer, but you brought a creature on my station that killed one of my best friends.
I am quite aware of my transgressions.
Oh, are you? And
Yes.
I'm just saying that, like, maybe we gotta have a talk about it.
Darby, he helped us fix it. We're gonna have a talk about it. Is this really the time to be tearing the guy down?
No, I'm just like, I'm on an adrenaline rush right now, and I really want to exert power because earlier I felt very like vulnerable, so now I'm trying to like compensate for it on the other end.
Oh no, that's a type of aggression that you don't need. That's reserved for ancient masculinity rituals. We don't do that kind of stuff anymore.
Okay.
Oh, we do in my part of the my little sector.
I know.
So
I just want to hit you. Okay.
Yeah.
no, I mean you were that was working. I'll be honest. That's still quid pro quo, I believe.
I'm
It's an
gonna
old term. I don't know what it means.
pull up my screen and call for. I'm sorry, what, Christian?
The quid pro quo. I was told it did not exist.
Mm.
God, I
I'm gonna-
suppose that's possible.
I'm gonna pull up emergency services, or at least like some.
Yeah, absolutely. You go up, you call emergency services. They get here relatively quickly. Well, I certainly
Please
Should
fix
we-
our friend Ed. Some of it's just alcohol poisoning, but He got electrocuted pretty bad.
He can't die. I've already agreed to pay him 5,000 standard credits.
Yeah, he'll live then.
He'll live for the money.
I would like to order chicken shawarma for the group.
Absolutely. As we fade to black, the credits start to roll. You know, all of the characters, all of the actors, all of that good business. The monster was obviously all practical. It looks a little shitty, but it aged really well for the era this movie came out in. Because it is practical.
Yeah. Black, that kind of.
Oh, absolutely. And then we get our post-credit scene of Juliet ordering shawarma for the group between Captain Yvain and Dolmat, and
except it's really angry at the app because the app isn't working.
Of course. And Tanya and Lenny and Vasha, who I believe was name dropped but never showed up.
Oh yeah, good old Vasha.
Good old Vasha, who you named.
Yeah, no, she's legit.
Dog Mastriana. Bobby's there.
Colonel Sanders shows up at the last minute and brings everybody chicken.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's the best thing any of you have ever eaten.
God damn
it.
So
is.
I believe
You don't want to eat it, but you do.
Yeah, I mean it's fried chicken shawarma.
It's fried chicken shawarma.
Yeah, because he pulls all the lamb and beef and chicken out of your various shawarmas and replaces it with fried chicken. So I believe that is where we are going to call our investigation for today. Thank you all for coming. I know I had a great time. The chat was great. You guys were great.
Chat was amazing. Thank you for all of your tips tonight, chat. They were actually very, very helpful.
They all got used. See, that's what happens when I remember to say that we have a store at the beginning of the stream.
Yes, you're right. The second post-credit scene is Ed waking up from his coma, and his first words are, "I need a drink."
Oh, of course.
Oh, of course.
Sam Jackson sitting there and goes, "Nope, first we need to talk."
Oh God!
And Dash will return in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Thank you everyone for tuning in. I think our next Zoe thing is Monday for Masters of the Metaverse.
We've got Masters of the Metaverse on Monday. I've got a big cast for that one. I think the poll is already out. I'm not sure.
Yep. And I'm going to be making my first appearance on DG Game Night on Tuesday for the Demon Hunters show.
Oh,
yeah. That's going to be cool.
Yeah, the group that we did Masters of the Universe last week with, which was so much fun. We're getting together to do a 3-part Demon Hunters.
Nice.
I love that.
Run and yeah, it was so fun the other day.
I'm sure you will still see Ethan more. I promise, Darren Morris, and we're not done with him.
Maggie, stop killing my dog.
I'm so sorry. He started moving. He's caught.
Uncatch him.
Yep, we got Zoe Game Nights on Thursday. I mean, there's always something going on. Got Game of the Odies as well. So, yes. Anyway, we love you guys, and we will see you all next time. Have a good night.
Good night. We may return. The station may return. Go. Get out of here. Run.
Bye.
Good night. Run for your life.